Let me make sure I'm on. Welcome to Saving Throw Show. This is my Dark Sun campaign. I'm Sean Graham. Some of you may have seen me on Barky's Brigade, which is a really awesome show on Wednesdays now. Donovan Belter is who I played, and Donovan was arguably the best character in that game. It is very sad that Barky's Brigade lost out on having me at the table. I think everyone was super disappointed about it, but c'est la vie. So this new show that we're starting on Saturdays is going to be streaming right now until 4 o'clock on Saturdays. So we've got a hard out at 4 sometimes. We'll leave a few minutes before that. If us busy actory Hollywood people have gigs to attend to, or, it's meetings all the time here in LA, which never lead to anything. That's why we're all unemployed.
Hey.
So I'll let the players go around the table and introduce themselves, just give us a very basic character introduction. We're actually going to be creating these characters on camera for you guys. We have a real basic skeleton of these characters. We're playing Dungeon World, and nobody knows how to play it, which is great. So we'll start with Alyssa.
I'm Alyssa. I will be playing a halfling gunslinger named Embyr.
Nice.
Great.
My name's Max. I'm going to be playing a battle-mind mule. Mule. Oh, so it is mule.
It is
I'll be playing a battle-mind mule named Haki Stoneskin.
I can't wait to put things all over you. I'm Justin Baker. I'm going to be playing Sizzlak the Great the Third. He is a Dre commander.
I am Eric Reichert, and I will be playing Yenin Markovich, the human wizard.
And I'm Stephen Pope. I'll be playing Aodhan Rustiron, a half-elf cleric of fire.
Okay, so for those of you that know Dark Sun, things are a little different in Dark Sun compared to your average D&D fantasy setting. Dark Sun is basically D&D meets Mad Max. It's awesome. It is a really cool setting to put your campaigns in for a lot of reasons. One, magic, arcane magic in particular, is very rare because it devastated the world. And people who do have arcane magic, like our wizard friend Yenin, if they exhibit arcane magic in the middle of a city, for example, they would typically be strung up and killed. They are very wary of arcane magic because of what it did to their world. And they live in a real crapsack world now, so I get where they're coming from. Sorcerer kings run most of the cities. They're authoritarian as a rule. And in general, people are just trying to survive. Mules are very interesting. I'm very glad one of our players decided to play one. Mules are half dwarf, half human, but somehow that union doesn't make for a short human. It makes for a bigger, tougher human. So they're actually even bigger than humans. I don't know why, but that's how it works out. So for people who haven't played Dungeon World before, it's a really loose, setting system as far as rules go. We're gonna kind of figure out our characters here. Nobody has really talked to each other yet. We all know what we're playing now, but that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna have people go around the table, and we're gonna just give a real brief, maybe 2 or 3 sentences about why their character is out in the desert exploring ruins, which is where we're going to start today's game. So we'll start with Steven this time.
Oh, okay. So Aodhan is a fire cleric, obviously, but he's really into, gathering old... God, I can't even remember what I sent you earlier.
You can figure it out now.
Good point. He's a historian. He wants to find old, iron relics and things for his temple, and he's generally kind of like a vagabond explorer historian. So
cool. Yeah, and that's interesting because metal is typically pretty rare in Dark Sun. For example, those of you that have weapons, they're not going to be made out of metal, with the exception of one person in our party. Yenin, what takes you out here?
Yenin is searching for knowledge. He feels that there's no reason why people shouldn't know magic. That it's just cowardly. That is the reason why people don't want to know. And he's not a coward. He's searching he's going to become more powerful, and he's going to know. He doesn't fear it because he knows it.
Okay.
Sizzlak the Great, the Third, travels wide and wanders many a ruin looking for things to tell other people about, because he's amazing.
Awesome.
Haki Stoneskin is he's a mule. He has a very torrid past. He doesn't like to talk about it too much, but let's just say he's on the lam. He used to be a gladiator, and he escaped. And while he became a gladiator, he had very limited psionic powers. But then through meditate, all he would do was fight and meditate. And then he grew his psionic powers. So he became this like novelty at the Colosseum where he would fight with like no like armor, because he just like made his skin stone and would like punch people.
Nice.
And then so then eventually he escaped because he became like a really popular guy. He used his influences to escape, and now he travels. He keeps a real low profile. If he's treasure hunting, he's probably, I don't know, he met some school children at like some town, and he's probably like looking for some money to like help keep their school open, their little mud hut.
Yep.
I love how you're like, you already insult the good that your character
Oh
is.
yeah.
Like, you're gonna play a
I don't
good
like it. I
character,
wouldn't- I'm not-
but you don't like him.
I don't like
It's
it.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's not my type.
So Max.
Not my type.
Yep, I get it. So before I let Alyssa give her spiel, there's a few people probably watching who are like, Dark Sun's awesome. I'm so into Dark Sun. And they're like, why the fuck is somebody playing a gunslinger in Dark Sun? So the main reason is it's cool.
Yeah.
Gunslingers are cool.
It's dope,
Like,
y'all.
I just, there's going to be times in the campaign where I just say, fuck canon, or, who cares, because just something is cool.
How dare you?
Yeah, and honestly, I think this is a really neat idea, particularly because the character that Alyssa is playing is going to be the only known gunslinger in the world, carrying the only known gun or guns in the world.
Well, yeah, that won't bring a lot of unwanted attention to us.
It certainly couldn't.
You're welcome.
It's probably not the group for you, but
no.
Yenin enjoys the
Guns,
distraction.
magic.
Yeah, this should be
on the
fine.
lam.
I think
I'm just here for the good times.
So now I'm going to let Alyssa tell you why Embyr finds themselves wandering, adventuring.
Embyr Grove comes from a pretty small town, but well known because her father was still manufacturing guns. But her whole family was killed, with the exception of her. And she was the oldest, and so she carries around a lot of guilt surrounding the fact that she couldn't save her little brothers and sisters or the rest of her family. And so now she's mostly just wandering around kind of pissed at everybody.
I think it's probably fair to say that people in Dark Sun would be real terrified by the existence of a firearm, and probably there's a lot of people that might mistake the mechanical ability of a firearm to do what it does for arcane magic.
Gotcha.
So that can create issues.
Basically, magic missile.
Yeah, it's like magic missile, exactly.
Burn the witch.
Now, people
the
who
witch.
are actually in the know, most of the time, what ends up getting arcane magic users caught in Dark Sun are Templars, guards in the cities who know how they have the ability to detect magic. So that isn't a problem for you because it's very clearly not magical, but it's the layperson that you need to worry about. So from there, I'm going to have you all of you take a look at your bonds, and just kind of spend a minute looking at them. So bonds in Dungeon World are a great way to tie the party together. It forces you to interact with people at the table in a meaningful way and to create relationships, which is great for actors and improvisers, and it's a lot of fun. But don't have any sort of training in performance, this is a great way to kind of figure out how to get into your character. So I'm going to start with Alyssa, and I'm going to have you look at your bond, your first bond in the list, and I want you to read it out loud with and fill in the blank for the person in the party that you would like to fill it in
I
for.
need to write down everybody's name.
Yes. Everybody go around and say your first name once more.
Aodhan.
Aodhan.
Yeah.
Aodhan.
Yeah.
H-A-N. Aodhan.
Yenin.
Yep. Yenin.
Sizzlak, right?
Yes.
Haki.
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 Is it
Haki.
spelled?
H-H-A-K-I.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a shout out to my One Piece fans.
Nice. And Embyr is our fifth
Embyr?
person.
Ember.
With an
E-M-B.
E-M-B-Y-R.
Y-R.
Mo Sizzlak.
Mo Sizzlak.
Right?
Oh my God. How we got the name? Oh, geez.
He's
That's a
gonna
shout out
be.
to
He's
my
gonna be.
Simpsons
Yeah,
fans.
he's gonna be serving up the justice.
Yeah. There you go.
I can't wait until you like set a building on fire and it's the flaming Sizzlak. Okay, so Alyssa, who would you like to assign your first bond to?
All right, my first bond is owing someone a debt of service. So I am going to assign that to Haki.
Okay, go ahead and read it just with their name in there.
I owe Haki a debt of service.
Okay. Haki, go ahead and pick your first bond.
You guys are both arcane users?
I'm not.
What is your...
He's an elemental cleric, so
Oh.
that kind of magic is not frowned upon in Dark
Oh,
Sun.
great. And what's your character is like a nice person?
He's like neutral,
Okay.
decent guy.
Well then I will give Aodhan water when they are thirsty.
Okay.
Okay.
And
A little
Sizzlak?
passive aggressive, but okay.
I think it's a nice thing.
Well, in Dark Sun, that is a huge gesture
Oh.
because water is extremely scarce. This is a world that is a wasteland now. I mean, think Mad Max. So
Water Wars.
yeah, water wars, exactly. So that is actually a very kind gesture. Sizzlak.
Yenin was led by me in the past to failure.
Okay. Yenin?
Ah, those were good times.
Haki will play an important role in events to come. I have foreseen it.
Ooh.
Oh.
Damn.
Nice. Embyr has been cleansed by fire and is a trusted ally.
Dope.
Cleansed by fire.
Okay, pick your next one and go again, Steven.
Okay. The elements tell me that blank is followed by a great danger.
That's a pretty easy one.
Yes, it is. Yenin,
Yenin is
You're followed
followed
by
by
great
great
danger.
danger.
you got to give up that magic ship, boy.
Never. What is it? It's Aodhan. Aodhan is keeping an important secret from me,
I don't know what you're talking about.
and we'll learn.
The cool thing about bonds also is things like that. It's nice to be able to just create a truth in the world that impacts someone else's character, and if you're playing at a table with good role players,
Yeah.
they will accept that. And as Steven did, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's a really cool thing. Is it's very collaborative storytelling. Sizzlak.
Embyr has great potential to learn from a true leader.
Rhythorn.
Oh no, it is.
Yep.
Well, at least Barack's not here to blow up the universe.
Yeah,
so.
that's good.
Haki.
Haki.
It is sad to think, but Sizzlak is not the sort of person to sacrifice themselves for others.
Oh,
What are you talking about? I've sacrificed many people.
Shots
for
fired.
others. Oh, no, I see what you said there.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha. Excellent. Someone has to lead.
Embyr.
I've seen a warrant out on Yenin and haven't decided whether to cash in.
This is misunderstanding.
Go again, Alyssa. Pick your next one as well.
Sizzlak has much to teach me about the way of the gun, whether he knows it or not.
Yes, he does. Thanks for pointing that out.
Is that right again?
Haki.
Embyr has a kind soul. This violence must be troubling for them.
Sizzlak.
Haki is aware of some of my secrets on the way to great leadership, for better or worse.
Yenin.
Sizzlak is woefully misinformed about the world. I will teach them all that I can.
Excellent. Teach away.
And Aodhan.
See, I don't know what you two are talking about because I'm impressed by Sizzlak's bravery.
Okay, so
I see
we
through
should
him.
we should have 3 bonds for everybody filled out now. Make sure you have that. Those bonds are one of the many ways that you can gain XP in Dungeon World. So at the end of the session, we're going to go over the story and what happened, and you are able to resolve 1 bond at the end of every role-playing session. You won't always do that, but it's a good idea. As you get to the end of the session, we'll look over our bonds, and the way to decide if a bond is resolved is to look at it and say, either, it just doesn't really inform how I play the character anymore, or I think I've explored this facet of the character as much as I can, and I think we're done here. So when you decide that, you'll cross it off and mark XP, and you'll just give yourself a tick for XP. You don't get to decide that on your own, though. You decide that with the person who has that bond with you. So both of you together decide, okay, I think we've explored this as much as we need to. Let's move on. And then at that point, you'll pick up a new bond, and you'll keep going.
Cool.
You'll also, about marking XP, you'll mark XP also when you roll a 6 or lower. So whenever you fail, essentially, you'll mark XP. So it takes away a little bit of the sting of failing a roll. So every time you're 6 or lower, you'll mark XP. Viewers in chat, I would love it if you guys decided to donate money to the stream today. We've got, in the past, we've done things like rerolls. You can donate for rerolls. And for this game, I'm veering away from that. I realize that you've probably got money to spend, so we'll kind of transition out of that as best as we can. But I'd like to move more into letting you affect the stream on a basic character and story level. Ooh. So I think it would be really cool if you guys could just give characters bonds. So when you donate to the stream, you can give any character a bond. I'd like to keep that to maybe 1 new bond per session for characters, just so they don't get overwhelmed in acting out and role-playing their character. Yeah, we don't want people drowning in bonds. But it is an interesting way to kind of throw a curveball at a character, and all 5 of these people are friends of mine, and they're able to kind of roll with the punches, and I think they can improvise around what you throw at them. So when you come up with a bond for these characters, that's subject to approval, as anything is. I don't want anything like super silly or crass. Things that actually do let these guys do what they're best at, which is play a character. So let's focus on that. You can also donate to open up campaign fronts, which are an interesting thing in Dungeon World. Campaign fronts are just a very codified way of saying, this is what we're doing, this is where we're going. So a front would be, for example, we have a map here, which you can't see very well on camera, but you guys can see great, I'm sure. And you'll see things like the Wailing Blood Mines, Pristine Tower, the Mud Palace, the Smoldering Crowns. So these would all be examples of campaign or adventure fronts. So those are places that we're going to go, and we're going to resolve danger and tell a story there. So if you want to introduce things like that to the world, donate, and you can do so. If you donate a little bit more, then I'll let you define what that is. So if you donate and say, you come up with something like the Mud Palace, or you'll say the King's Ransom, and it's some set of ruins, that's great. Donate a little bit extra, and you can tell us, why is it called the King's Ransom? What's inside the King's Ransom? What's down in the dungeon? It could be, it could be. So that's up to you guys, and
Obvious.
And please, regardless of what you do, just stick around and watch. And at the very bare minimum, we appreciate you guys tuning in to watch a bunch of LA comedians play Dungeons and Dragons, or Dungeon World. I'm sorry.
Oh, snap!
Freudian slip.
Do they get a shout out
Awkward.
too when they you pick their campaign? You'd be like, yo,
Yeah, we'll
turn nerd learn 25.
and I can already guess some of the people in the stream, because we have several incredibly loyal viewers. So we've got Saving Throw is blessed with viewers. Some people also may be uncomfortable in the stream right now because they don't know who I am, or they're confused because I'm being just genial and nice. And that is just
Are you
so
surly?
Well, in the previous stream, I played a bit of a heel. For those who like wrestling, my general role was to be a jerk, and I really enjoyed that. But
Because it's so close to your heart.
well, exactly. It's who I am. I just don't like people in general. But just so that you know, this campaign is going to be something a little different. So I appreciate you tuning in, and let's get started. So. The 5 of you all find yourselves at the foot of ruins just covered by sand. You've been traveling for a week to get here, which in Dark Sun is terrible. In the daytime, it gets up to 120, 130 degrees. You see a big black smoldering sun in the sky, and you've been beset by raiders. You've had issues with supplies and water. You've just barely made it through, and after a week you've arrived at these ruins and you see almost nothing. You see blocks and sand covering it, and you see a couple of maybe small cave openings, but from what you had heard or from what you've read, it was supposed to be, you thought it was going to be more than this, and you're real upset seeing that, just a couple of openings. You thought this was supposed to be some great castle of years past, and you see essentially just it's completely in ruins. And knowing that you only have 3 or 4 days of supplies to get back, you are now very upset that you came out for this. So you see a couple of small cave entrances, but that's all you see at this point. What do you do?
Fantastic.
Sometimes even the most subtle or smallest things can house great wonders.
Ha! I get what you're saying there. I like the way you think.
I don't think you understand.
I understand.
Haki, usually I'd be completely on board with that, but there's supposed to be a castle here.
Perhaps the castle is merely a housing for a great thing. Who's to say how grand a castle is be?
No, you
But
misunderstand.
the ruler
You
inside of it.
No, you misunderstand. There's supposed to be a castle, like a building.
Perhaps once there was.
Okay, while you two keep talking, I'm going to go ahead and head inside, because it's a little warm out here.
As a general rule, you try to travel during the nighttime in Dark Sun. But unfortunately, this is what I want to do, and we'll figure it out, basically. So that's that's pretty much it. When you get inside this cave, you actually see a little bit of, it goes deeper than you would have thought. This looked like just something small, but it actually goes pretty deep. And you see light emanating down a corridor. It's just one long cavern, and you actually see light coming down from down the corridor.
Hey, there's a light down here. Let's see what that is.
So Sizzlak leads the way, unsurprisingly. As you travel down the cavern, you actually realize that it's actually well cut. It's square, so this is definitely not a natural cavern. This is something that's been carved. You see snakes and reptilian creatures, half human, half reptilian creatures. You see drakes on the walls, just motifs that are very sacrificial in nature. You see a lot of blood god type of stuff.
That guy's a cousin of mine.
If there are lizards here, they'll be good food for us.
Oh.
Seems like a leader's job is not to be the first into a place. So if you want to be leader, you tell people to do things, you don't go do. This is...
Okay, says this guy.
That's fine.
I've led many a thing. Remember I led that thing that didn't work out?
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember.
I was first in that place too.
I remember leaving town and being chased out of town. Yes.
That
Good
happens to you a lot,
times.
though.
What, are you asking to go first? Because I'll let you. I'll let you go in front of me.
No, this is not.
No, go ahead. Yenin, go
Fine.
first.
I will go first.
Excellent.
Okay, so Yenin leads the way.
Yenin, I don't think you should do that. I just.
So
Go
Aodhan
out.
steps in front. Okay,
Yeah,
so
let
Aodhan,
me.
Aodhan steps in front, and you see as you go around the corner, you see half a dozen stairs go down into kind of a shallow room, and in the room you see a circle, and you see a dark bluish purple swirling portal in front of you.
See? Like I said, a small place can house the most wondrous of things.
What's on the other side?
Who knows?
It's best not to mess with such things when you don't know.
Yeah.
I meditated on the infinite expanses of my own mind, and I've learned that as massive as my brain is, the world outside of it is even grander.
Okay. Whatever that guy says.
I'm saying if
Sizzlak
we
probably
step
wasn't
through the
comfortable
portal,
with his
we will learn what is on the other side.
Good call. Sizzlak
actually-
jumps through the portal.
Sizzlak jumps through the portal.
Oh God.
Why?
Oh, God's a flame.
Okay, so you see Sizzlak jump through the portal and, unsurprisingly, disappear. The four of you,
He will need help. And I jump through the portal.
Haki goes
No.
jumping through the portal.
Okay, everyone stop jumping through the portal.
Fine, I will not jump through the portal. I walk through the portal.
Yenin walks through the portal.
Oh.
We could just leave.
Yeah.
I'm not going to. I'm not going
But
to
we
because they're
could.
going to need it. But we
You
could.
almost made Max
Yeah.
do a spit take.
I go in
you're
next.
okay. That's so Aodhan, as you're going through the portal, you do realize you look at it and you think that this magic is just because you're a magic user. Just as you step into the portal, you get a feeling from the magic that it's unnatural. It doesn't feel like magic that it doesn't feel like your elemental magic.
Oh, great. I'm gonna have to destroy this unnatural scourge.
Maybe you should dispel this magical portal.
Are you going to hold that over my head for the rest of my life?
I'm just saying, the last time we played Dark Sun,
Last time
you
we were in
dispelled-
Dark Sun.
You dispelled a magical portal.
I didn't know. How could I have known?
Stephen has a torrid history with portals.
In Dark Sun.
In
Dark Sun.
I was a
And-
half-orc bard, and I used Dispel Magic on a portal, and
Destroyed an entire world.
I destroyed a universe.
Universe.
Universe. I destroyed a universe.
Yeah.
So there's a
So
world inside of it.
yeah, there was a world inside, and you snuffed out millions of lives.
Yep.
So I hope you're proud of yourself.
Hundreds of thousands. It was Dark Sun.
That's true. Yeah.
So
at this point,
many
yeah.
people are dead. Blood on my hands.
So you get in. The four of you step into the portal. Are you following?
Yes. Huffing.
So
Following.
Embyr skips into the portal.
Skips.
And as you get to the other side, you immediately feel you're cooler first. The heat isn't quite so oppressive. I mean, you were in the shade before, but still, it's 130 degrees outside. You're still going to feel that. It's not climate controlled in the cave, but it's immediately cooler. You all feel a little tired, but most importantly, as you step out of this portal, you see. If you look behind you, the portal is not there. You just kind of walked out of nowhere, as near as you can tell, and there are two half-giants sitting at a campfire that turn their heads to look at you and pick up their clubs.
Hello.
They have what look like giant femur bones, and they run in to attack you. So,
Great.
we
No
don't
initiative.
do initiative in Dungeon World. So basically, how it works is just who wants to go, and once everybody has gone once, then we'll figure it out again.
So they go last?
I don't roll dice,
Okay.
so they'll mix it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So
As
so
a-
How
they're
far are they from us?
about 10 feet away. So they're really almost within swinging distance with their big bone femur clubs already.
Ha ha! Battle!
Yep. So who wants to go first? What do you want to do?
Well, I mean, Yenin is going to cast Magic Missile at them.
Okay.
Let's see, do I get, it's plus int, so.
Yep. Plus int.
2, so that's definitely more than 10.
Okay. Great.
So I cast And that's 2d4. Wham. 3. 4 damage to one of the ogres.
Okay.
Half giants.
Half giants.
Half giants.
Yeah, so the first half giant takes a magic missile to the shoulder. His eyes go wide and then refocuses and looks like he's coming after you. And the other one also looks shocked, but not quite as scared because he didn't have to get hit by that. But also looks like he's going to be focusing his attention on Yenin.
This champion says when you lead allies in a cause, all you take +1 forward.
Mm-hmm. +1 forward means they get +1 to their next action when you lead them in an action.
Gotcha. So I'm going to say, let's get them, boys!
This is already good.
And then I'll attack with wait. Is that where's my attack move?
Hack and slash. So if you go in and attack with a weapon, you'll just roll 2d6 and add your strength modifier.
6
That's
plus 2, 8.
Okay, so in Dungeon World, you're looking for 10 or higher if you want to succeed on what you're trying to do with no complications. On a 7 to 9, you still get what you're trying to do, but something doesn't exactly go how you want it to.
Excellent.
So you run in, and what kind of weapon do you use?
I've got a warhammer.
Okay, so you run in with your stone warhammer, which is basically just a chopped up quarterstaff with a big rock tied to the end of it. You run in and smash the half giant with your warhammer. Go ahead and roll your damage die.
Which is d6 as well, right?
Yep.
Is it 2?
Just one.
Just 1?
Yep. And you don't add anything to it.
Oof. 2.
Okay. And you're attacking the same one that got hit with the magic missile, or the other one?
I'll attack that one, yeah.
Okay. So as you run in and smash, you get this half giant right in the kneecap, and you can tell it hurts really bad because he roars out in pain for the second time now. But unfortunately, as you did that, you realize that you may have advanced a little quicker than you should have, because as you run in, you actually notice some scorpions on the wall that now come running down the wall towards you. So I need you to make a defy danger roll as these scorpions try to attack and sting you. And then you'll roll 2d6 and add an ability modifier depending on how you're trying to avoid these scorpions.
Okay, so I probably want to go with my highest ability.
Well, how are you trying to avoid these scorpions?
I jump up in the air and plan to smash them with my feet.
Okay, I'll give you a strength on that, sure.
10, 12.
Okay, so these scorpions come running in and you just stomp these scorpions before they get a chance to sting you with what is probably terrifying poison. So, who's next?
I'll go next.
All right, Haki.
I'm going to attempt to take the troll's stance.
Okay,
It says while in the stance, my damage dice is d10 plus my focus.
great.
So is my focus just 3?
Yeah, I believe you need to, there's an ability that lets you gain your focus. So I think you need to make a check to gain your focus.
Well, it says just like when you have time and tranquility to center your mind and body, lose any focus you had and gain 3 focus.
Oh yeah, so you have 3 focus then, because you would have you would have done that earlier in the day.
Right, I'd have just
Sure.
had 3 focus.
Okay, so so yeah, you successfully do that, and you can. Are you going to hack and slash? You going to run in?
Well, I think I have to roll to take the stance.
Okay.
To
then
take
go.
this giant's this troll's strength.
Okay.
So this is roll plus add my wisdom,
Yep.
which is 0. So that's
You're
10.
fine. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so you've got the stance. You move in. Which one are you moving into? The one that's.
I would imagine that if there's one that's already been attacked, there's probably one that's still charging.
Yeah.
A giant. So
Yeah,
I
there's one
imagine-
that's just a step or 2 back from the other one that hasn't been injured yet.
Well, I guess I'll just engage the one that everybody else is attacking.
Okay.
Oneness is key.
Okay.
So then I just roll a d10?
No,
do I-
you have to roll to attack. You
Okay,
actually have to
yeah.
roll 2d6 to attack.
Gotcha.
And add your strength modifier. Or dex modifier, I guess, would probably be what it is for a monk. Or for a battle mind.
4, 5, 6, 7. That's an 8.
Okay, so you run in and keep picking on the same one that everybody else has been picking on. You tell me how you attack it.
I would probably. Has it swung its club? I would do
Not
something.
yet.
No.
No.
Okay. Then I imagine that being a sort of a stout, burly sort of a man, I would take this stance, this troll strength, which I imagine would be like a sort of like a centered low, and I'd probably run up to its kneecaps and be like,
Do like a rock'em sock'em robots.
yeah,
to
like
him.
just like go like
Fist
pummeling
of
on
North
his
Star?
kneecaps, yeah, with my stone fists.
Okay, so you absolutely do that. Roll your damage die.
Okay. So do I just roll the d10?
Just the d10, and you don't add anything to it.
I had 3 to it.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, because your troll stance.
Yeah. So that's 9 plus 3 is 12.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, so you that's a ton of damage. So you run in and pummel this thing's kneecaps. Unfortunately for you, because you so successfully destroyed its legs, it actually comes crashing down on you.
Because I rolled an 8.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna have you roll damage for yourself. Roll me a d10,
Okay.
and that's how much damage you're gonna take from this as the half giant falls on you.
Yeah. It's a 4.
Okay, you can reduce that by armor, but you
Oh.
do take damage.
Cool.
So
Great.
the half giant comes crashing down on Haki. Who's next?
I will go.
Oh, go ahead.
Ember will go. She is going to unsheath her 2 pistols,
Nice. So you're dual wielding pistols. Cool.
her dual wielding pistols, and she is going to take a shot at the shoulder of the other giant, whatever shoulder he's
The one
holding his
that hasn't
club
been
with.
attacked
Yeah.
yet.
the one
Okay.
that hasn't
Cool.
Been attacked yet.
All right.
9.
Okay, 9. So you fire away with both of your pistols, and these are pretty rudimentary pistols by our standards. By Dark Sun standards, they are insane. Like you guys have been traveling with Ember for a little while now, so you've kind of gotten used to it. But there's still like a little bit of like that is a loud sound that continually happens.
Yenin tries to pretend like he's not impressed by guns, but
We all are.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. All right, so roll your damage.
Okay. 6.
Okay, so because of
It's a D12.
okay, so because of
Thank you for that.
that's fine.
Hey.
So because of this half giant fell on top of Haki, he actually ends up. There's just kind of like a pile of bodies there in front of you, so you actually need to move around to actually get a decent shot, putting yourself much closer to this half giant than you would like to be, or you're able to do half damage from where you're at. So that's up to you.
Ooh. I will do half damage from where I'm at
Okay,
for right now. Be my little old self.
good call. So there's a half giant on Haki,
Yep.
and then there's a fresh half giant that's been shot by Ember. The one that sorry, go ahead, Aodhan. I was
Yeah.
just about to update the situation.
I thought
You
we were
haven't
just
even gone yet.
summarizing
No.
what everyone else did.
I was going to update the round, but please go.
All right. So you three are handling half giant A, and you just shot half giant B. So I figured they got that covered. I mean, you're getting a little squashed, but you're all right.
I'm fine.
You're fine. Okay. First, I want to cast magic weapon on my quarterstaff.
Okay.
That's a charisma roll, correct?
Yep. Anytime you cast a spell, it's just 2d6 plus charisma.
All right. That is 8.
Okay, cool. So you, so when you cast a spell, If you don't get a 10 plus, you do have to make a choice.
Right.
So there's a list for you to pick from.
Okay.
Which one are you picking?
Let's see. I can draw attention to myself or put myself in a bad spot. I can give myself a -1 ongoing, or I can lose a spell. I'm going to draw attention to myself.
Okay. So as you raise up your quarterstaff and cast magic weapon, the quarterstaff glows with a faint blue light, and that is more than enough to gain unwelcome attention from the half giant. And it looked like the half giant was deciding between running over to Yenin or attacking Embyr, but it has full on decided now at this point to go after you.
Pick a third option.
So the half giant just takes one step and hits you with this giant bone femur.
Ow.
And you take 1d10 damage. So
Alright.
go ahead and roll that.
Okay. 1 damage.
Okay, and that is
Nice.
reduced by your armor if you're wearing armor.
I take no damage.
Okay, so
Add it on my dice bag.
you get knocked against the wall and knocked to the ground, but luckily your armor saves you. So that's where we are now. Who wants to go next?
Oh, I do. So with these moves, so can we do these and an attack?
Let me know what you want to do.
Okay. So I do commanding shout. When you bark orders, shout out plans, or direct a plan of action, roll intelligence. And I'm going to do that for Haki.
And what does that do?
I can do rally fervor, vigor, fortitude, or courage. And I'm going to do vigor to allow an ally to heal 1d4 damage.
Oh, I don't need that at all.
Oh, you good?
I took 1 damage from that,
okay.
thing falling on me.
Well, then I'll rally fervor and allow an ally to deal 1d4 damage.
Oh, cool.
How's that?
Yeah,
okay,
I'll take
roll
that.
the check for me.
Nope. I rolled a 6.
Okay, so mark XP.
Bam. Experience. Where do I mark that? Does it matter? Is there a place for
Top right, I believe, is
We all have different style sheets.
yeah.
Bottom right?
There are different style of sheets because a lot of these are custom character sheets. So anyway,
just
so
do
that's
a one mark?
1 mark. So you get XP, so that's good. At least there's that. Unfortunately, so what do you say? What are you?
I say, Haki! Hit him again!
So as you do that, you see this half giant that's like just slumped over Haki, and you yell at Haki, and the half giant just swings his club behind him and just clobbers you. So roll me a d10 damage.
Can I borrow a d10?
Yeah.
There you go.
Haki! Hit him again! Oof! 4.
And reduced by your armor if you have any.
Cool. 3.
Thank you.
You also get knocked back against the wall as Aodhan did, but it looked like this was a much more solid hit than the one Aodhan did.
Same wall though.
Same wall. You guys are like literally sitting next to each other like at a park bench. You're both just
Hey,
side by
what
side.
brings you here?
So is
Half giant hit it.
the half giant that's on top of Haki, is it
Still
alive?
conscious.
Okay. So as
It looks like it's in really bad shape.
as
though.
it swings and hits Sizzlak, Yenin says, "You should be dying now," and he casts magic missile again. Let's see, that's 6, 8, just barely.
8. Okay, so what?
I'm gonna definitely draw attention to myself
Okay.
as I scream that, but hopefully it doesn't matter that much. 5 damage.
Okay, so you yell that and get a little too excited at that, and you're attacking the one that's on top of Haki.
Yeah,
right?
I like try and hit him in the eyes, but I miss, and I just like hit him in the shoulder again.
Right in the exact same spot actually from before.
It's quite painful.
And actually, the flash of light and just the loud noises and yelling actually gets the scorpions to scatter and run towards you. And I need you to also defy danger.
Why'd it have to be bugs?
Right.
Ooh.
I don't.
Oh, Jesus.
I do not defy anything.
Okay, so so the scorpions crawl all over Yenin, and you see their tails just stinging him all over. And they're small, so that means they're probably not dangerous, right?
This is not.
No, that's not true. So
No, remember what he said earlier about small things coming in big things and wrapping themselves. I remember your words.
that was a great that was a perfect summary of what he said. Roll me a D8 damage as you
Yep.
take poison damage from these scorpions.
Only 6.
Not reduced by armor.
No, I mean I have no armor, so
Well, then that's good. Okay, so who's next?
I'll go ahead and go.
Okay.
All right. So magic weapon did work, even though I got thrown against the wall, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, great. I get up and I'm going to bum rush the still standing half giant.
Okay, so the one
So
that
hack
isn't
and
as
slash.
injured.
Yes.
Okay. How much damage did your magic missile do, by the way?
it did 6 damage.
Okay.
No, 5.
5 damage. Okay, that half giant, you can see him just like his eyes are almost about to go. He's not in good shape.
The one on top of me?
The one on
Yes.
top of you.
Right. So hack and slash the standing giant.
Okay.
That is not a go.
Okay. So, that's a 6 or lower?
That is a 6. Yes. in
Okay.
total.
So you go running into this half giant, and the half giant just literally, he's got his club, and he just one hands the club and grabs you by the throat and throws you against the wall again. So
Same wall.
exact same wall. Sizzlak, your friend stood up and ran away from you, and then just gets thrown right back against the wall, slides down, slumps against the wall.
Oh, hey there, buddy.
Hi there. How you doing?
Take a D10 damage, Steven.
Oh, jeez.
Also, do you both get experience?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, every
fails.
time you roll a 6 or lower, you mark XP. So make
That
sure you mark
is
XP
2 damage to me.
for those.
Thanks.
I think that I would like to go next.
Okay, Haki?
Now, do I maintain the stance that I took last time?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm just going to attack. I'm going to like if I'm crushed under him, I'm going to ooh, and use my giant stance. Try and get him. I'm gonna punch him off of me.
Okay.
Jojo that shit.
All right. Sounds like a hack and slash.
I told him to do that.
Technically, that's true.
I can argue with that. No.
Ooh, it's a 7. Ooh, hey, it's 7.
Sweet.
Okay. Out of 6.
Oh, hey.
That's the minimum.
Turn it
you
around.
I did the bare minimum.
Okay, so you realize you're not in a position to attack. You're underneath this thing. And this you're looking at a 9-foot tall, slumped on top of you being. So to be able to effectively actually pummel this thing, you have to get out from underneath it a little bit, and to do that, you're gonna have to put yourself right next to the half giant that's standing with his club right above you.
Uh-huh.
So you can roll out to the side, and you won't be able to deal damage to the one you just attacked, or you can roll out the other way, but you'll be next to the other giant. So the question is whether or not you want to get this attack off. If you do, you're probably going to be looking at a big guy who's very upset next to you.
Well, it is his fault that this is happening at all. And any brute force he wants to take out on me, he can go ahead and try. I will attack the thing.
Okay, so you roll
That
out
man
from
follows
underneath it
orders.
and pummel the wounded half giant.
Ooh, 7 + 3 is 10.
It goes down by a lot. So you pummel this half giant, and you all hear bones cracking, and it's just a gross sight to see somebody just beaten to death with bare hands.
This is what I tell you. You tell them to do things, you don't do them yourselves. Also,
Get those scorpions out of you.
Unfortunately, the half giant that is next to you is very unhappy with you, but instead of attacking you, you actually notice the half giant step back for a moment, which is a little weird, and you realize, oh, this half giant isn't really like the other one, and the half giant just looks at you, and his eyes just turn black for a moment.
Oh.
Roll me 2d6 and add your intelligence modifier.
Great. Not good.
What are you talking about?
So that is oh my god, that's a 7.
Okay. Oh, it's because it's minus. Got it.
Minus 1.
Oh, I was
Hey,
like,
better than 6
7.
though. So yeah, you all see the
That
half
actually
giant's
took a lot
eyes
for you.
turn black, and you see Haki's just starts to shake for a moment. Haki, you take 2d6 damage.
Oh,
geez.
wow. Cool.
It
But
could've
I've
been
gotten
worse.
4? Jeez.
Take the higher of the two.
Okay. 5.
Okay. This is not reduced by armor.
Ooh.
This half giant seems to have some sort of latent psionic ability. Because you actually see a little bit of blood trickling out of Haki's ears from whatever it was that just happened.
I'm sorry for the anger inside your soul.
And you actually, the half
say
giant
that.
says to you telepathically, says to you, "Leave now, and I won't kill you." And he points off down a hallway, a direction for you to. He wants you to run down
Sure.
the hallway away from him.
Well, I'm psionic as well. I go, you leave, and we won't kill you.
The half giant at this point is feeling very.
Why
good
are they
about
just
it.
looking at each other?
Yeah.
Why doesn't anybody say anything?
Are they having like a scanners moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what's happening. All right, who's next?
Embyr is next.
Okay.
She will, under her breath, say, "Son of a bitch," lift her guns, aim at the giant's head,
Boom,
and
headshot.
shoot.
Okay.
And fail.
Fail.
5.
Okay, mark XP.
This is why you aim for the center of mass.
Yes.
Yeah, good point. Center mass. So, as you actually, because of your position in the room, you actually need to like maneuver around to get behind the half giant to take this headshot, and you get right up behind you actually holster your other gun because you're like, I got this, and you take a shot, and all you hear is click. And just nothing comes out. The half giant just didn't even, because you're just a small little halfling, the half giant didn't even notice you sneaking up behind him until he heard the click behind him.
Crap.
He turns around and just hugs you in the worst possible way. Make me a defy danger roll.
That's their personal space there, buddy.
Yeah.
You gotta pack your powder better.
8.
Okay, so you're able to you get grabbed and you feel like you're able to wriggle free, but this half giant has one of his hands on your free firearm. So you've holstered one, and the other one that you've got free, the half giant now has in his hand. You think you could probably snatch it back out of his hand, but you're not going to be able to escape his grasp. You can tumble away easily, though, but he'll have one of your firearms.
No.
Okay, so you're going to snatch the weapon. Okay, take 1d10 damage as he crushes you.
3.
Okay, reduced by armor.
No.
Okay.
No armor.
So you have one dead half giant, another one remaining. I think everyone is in okay shape. Aodhan,
I'm all right.
you win. Everybody went, right? We're through the second round?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got thrown against the wall again.
That's right. You got thrown against the wall a second time.
Yes. There's a
Killer.
half-elf indent now.
Yeah, actually, there's you see sand that has like fallen from above that has been kind of streaming into this place because of how hard you've hit the wall twice now.
Ow.
So who's up? Who's up next?
I would like to go.
All right, Haki.
I would like to murder this thing. I'm just gonna continue to do they think they're so big. I'm gonna continue to just attack them with this troll strength.
Okay.
I'm gonna like blood coming out of my ears, like until now, my fists have just been stone, but now I'm just like Hulk out. Like I just become like a rock, like a walking rock.
You see the stone skin spreads from
Yeah.
head to toe.
And I'm just gonna like, I imagine that.
Yep.
I mean, I fought in Coliseums. You know, I don't fight nice. I'm probably gonna go ham on his groin. I'm short, so it's probably like right at the level. I'm probably just like, you know.
Yeah, more than
Baseball
likely
dong.
he's a good 3 feet taller than you. So
Damn it. Oh wait, nope, that's a 6.
6 total.
Yeah.
All right, mark XP.
Darn.
As you go running in to attack, you slip on some of this. The floor is stone, but you slip on a little bit of loose sand as you're running in, and you fall on your side, and you actually hear a pop.
Oh no.
As you hit the ground. For a moment, you're like, oh God, am I hurt? But you know, you do a quick check-in and you're fine. But the rest of you guys see that his water skin has popped and all of his water is leaking out of his water skin.
This is such a mean thing to do to me.
Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay, what do you do?
Once again, everybody's going to get a +1 on the next move. Because I'm going to go, oh, not the water! You son of a bitch! And then I charge at the giant.
Okay.
Because I blame him for his misstep.
Oh, you blame Haki for that.
No, I blame the giant for Haki's slip.
Yeah,
Like,
that makes sense.
Well, they were staring at each other. I assume he did it intentionally with his mind powers.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably what happened. Yep. It's not because Haki slipped.
No. I didn't order him to slip.
That's true.
I ordered him to attack.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it's what do I add to it again?
I think it's charisma for this. For your commanding thing.
Oh no, I didn't do. That's just champion.
Oh,
when you
okay,
lead
gotcha.
allies in a cause.
then-
So
so
it's
you're
just my
just-
hack and slash.
Yep.
Just
So just strength.
So it's +7.
Exactly 7.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Just barely adequate.
Yeah, just barely. So you go in and attack with your stone weapon, and as you attack, deal your damage.
Ooh. And there's no adding to that, right? 1.
Nope. Okay, so 1 damage to the healthier half giant,
The minimum possible.
the minimum possible. The good news is neither of these half giants were wearing armor, and they do have, like, you're looking at them, they're pretty beefy. They have a good amount of hit points, so you're lucky that they're basically just wandering around in loincloths and wherever this is. But unfortunately, while you do successfully exhort your allies to follow you into battle, you can tell that the half giant actually gets incredibly upset at your confidence. And the half giant actually, the half giant took a step back before and did the psionic thing, but now because of you, the half giant has also been heartened and has been raised because of your exhortation. So he actually goes wild and just starts swinging his club in a big arc around the room. So everyone needs to defy danger. Right? Give me a good reason.
Am I still being held?
Um,
Still like whipping me around.
Yeah, actually, he's got you like headlocked like this while he's swinging his club around. So you do not have to defy danger. The other 4 do. You're gonna have to give me a good reason why this wouldn't be dexterity. Anybody?
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think.
Well, I imagine because I would just be stone skin.
So
then
you
it
would
be my
use-
constitution.
Sure.
Nah, dexterity is gonna be fine. Oh, it's fine.
Wow.
Whoa.
Nailed
Dexterity
it.
does
First 12 of the game.
13.
Nice.
And I just jump back out of the way,
Yeah.
singing, ha ha!
You actually give me defy danger for our other
9.
folks. 9.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and roll dexterity because I can't think of a good excuse.
Okay.
Oh,
wow.
You're fine.
So what is that? A 10?
That is 11 minus 1, 10. Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Those are good D6s. And from Haki?
I got a
Just
9.
this.
I mean, no, I'm sorry, I got a 7.
Okay, so 7 and a 9 and a couple of successes. Okay, so
And actually, I would like mine to just be, it's all accidental that he misses me. I hear something and I turn. It's like one of those. Oh, what was
Yeah.
that? Yeah, absolutely. Whoa.
you actually, you see the club come screaming in at Haki, and it hits Haki, and he just goes, ugh. You hear that grunt, and you think that's the end of it. You don't realize that he's just going to continue swinging. So you like turn to look at Haki on the ground, and that's the only reason it misses you. Same thing happens to Yenin. Gets hit by the club, and as he's swinging this around wildly, he actually comes down once on Yenin and just knocks you to the ground. So both of you are going to take a D10 damage reduced by armor.
Oof.
Sweet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you're not doing great, buddy.
Me neither now.
Yeah, now that you were doing good.
And as the last swing of this bone club comes in, screaming right at you, you put up your quarterstaff to block it, and you guys are like, no, a quarterstaff is not. I mean, this thing is huge. This is a huge bone club, and he just comes in with the quarterstaff, and you just go to block it with your quarterstaff, and you see this bone club just split and crack all the way down as it impacts the quarterstaff and just stops, dead in its tracks. You think the fact that your weapon is magical is probably the only reason that it didn't just come crashing through your quarterstaff into your head.
I am completely okay with that. Because now I'm going to hack and slash.
Okay, go ahead.
That is 8.
Okay, so the only problem is for you to do that is you've now got to take the quarterstaff and attack with it while you're going after him. So it's going to leave him free to be able to brawl back and forth with you.
I'm willing to take that because I need to get him away from these two right now.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, and since I have magic weapon, I get to add a d4 to this.
Oh, cool.
That is 10.
Okay, wow.
Cool. Nice.
That's a lot of damage.
Good
So
roll.
the giant looks at his bone club, which is split, and just he sees the crack running down and just pulls half of it off and throws it on the ground. And now he's got basically a skewer, a splintered bone that he sticks you with. Roll me 2d6 for damage. Take the higher of the two.
4 damage.
Do you have any armor to reduce it?
Yes, I do.
Reduce it.
Okay.
Yenin
I'm all right.
will stand up.
But he does get you for some damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys see this bone spur stick into Aodhan's side.
Yenin he's not doing well, but he stands and he casts magic missile.
Oh no.
You should be dying.
Oh no.
Let's see, that's 6, 8.
Okay. What's the choice?
I mean, definitely drawing attention. I'm yelling.
And everybody gets a +1, by the way.
Oh,
I don't
so
know if anybody's been
9,
using
but-
those. I mean, it doesn't.
Well,
Yeah.
I had a 9.
+1 forward, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, +1 forward is +1 on your next roll, guys. So keep that in mind from our brave commander. So you're choosing to put yourself in a bad spot
I will.
or draw unwelcome attention?
Yeah.
Okay, so you actually hear finally some shouting coming from the hallway that the half giant pointed at. As you say that, again, you get way too excited to be casting a spell, and you cast it a little louder than you should, and the magical lights of Magic Missile also go flickering down the hallway, and you actually hear some shouting, and you hear some footsteps.
Cool. Cool, bro.
Oh no.
Cool story.
4 damage.
Okay, the half giant is still up. Looks like he's in pretty bad shape, but definitely still up. Who's next?
I'll go from my spot in his arms.
Yep. You do have your gun in your hand, though.
I do have my gun in my
Yep.
hand, and so I'm like on his. He has me like here.
Yeah, like this.
You're
yeah.
being teddy beared.
Being teddy
Yeah,
bear.
you're being
okay,
teddy
so I'm
beared.
gonna look up with my gun at his face because
Okay.
it's the easiest thing to hit.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Fingers crossed.
And Embyr just whispers, "Come on, Dad."
Oh, that's in the gun.
Ooh.
5, 6, 7.
9.
9.
10.
Are you?
10.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well done.
All right. So no difficult choices for you to have to make.
You're
you just
welcome.
Succeed.
That's what I do.
And you'll obviously be doing full damage since you're right up next to him.
All right.
3.
3 damage. That's still good.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. So you actually get him right here in the jaw, and it just tears off the jaw. Just clean off. So he is now just bewildered and confused, and also like if you've ever fired a gun
Oh
that
yeah,
close
that
to
close
somebody,
the ears.
he is just absolutely, just doesn't seem to have any
Shell
handle. Yeah, and vertigo looks like he's about to fall, but not quite. Who's next?
Does he drop me?
Is
I'm never
that
gonna regret asking that.
is that everybody on our?
I think that's everybody
Yeah, this
actually.
round.
Did I? I don't think I.
You
I think you went
first.
first.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so this is perfect timing then. So yeah, the half giant actually is falling onto you as he loses his balance. So you can defy danger for me.
Nice.
6, 9, 11.
Okay, so the half giant hits the ground and you just scamper out, no problem at all, before he even hits the ground. So
Like fix my coat.
and
You're adorable little halfling.
Yep.
And at this point, the half giant actually does look like the fight is starting to go out of him. I mean, he's conscious, but it looks like he's kind of struggling to even stand up at this point. So what do you do?
You can leave. I have no desire in killing, although it does not scare me to take a life.
The half giant gets up on one knee. I will leave because I want to.
Okay.
The half giant goes ambling down the hallway slowly. You do hear those footsteps coming though towards you as well.
What's the room look like? Like where? How many exits? Is it just the one?
It's just
hall?
the one. It's just that one hallway that he goes running off towards. As you get a chance to get your surrounding, to kind of get your bearings, it's definitely cooler than before, and you can almost get a sense of moisture, which is very unusual in dark sun.
I'm gonna go stand on the body of the other half giant, and I'm just gonna strike a pose and wait for these people to come down the hall.
Okay.
Is the bone that he pieced off? that he, like, pulled
Half
off,
of it is still here,
Is it
yeah.
still there?
Yeah.
How big is it?
About this long.
So probably not something that.
Taller
my
than
little
your
self
character.
It's not for
carry.
you. I'm
I
gonna
just
go.
look at it.
I mean, it would be like a two-handed lance for you.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Right,
gonna
I'll
go
take
ahead
it.
and
You
take
could
this,
wheel
this
that.
very, very limited opportunity to cast Cure Light Wounds on our Yenin here.
Okay.
Well, I could also take this.
I will definitely be doing it to you too,
Awesome.
if I can.
Okay, go ahead and cast your cure.
Crap. That's a 10.
Okay, so you successfully do so. I'm not sure how much it heals for.
That's 1d8. That's 6.
Thank you for this.
All right. And since I didn't take any negatives to that one, I'll go ahead and cast it for Max now. That is a 7. That's a 9.
Okay, so what are you choosing?
Let's go ahead and lose the spell for right now.
Okay, so you lose access to the spell until you next commune.
I came with the d8 real quick.
So I don't get it.
You
No,
get it.
You get
Oh,
it.
cool.
I just
But-
can't do it again until
Yeah,
I can use
he
it.
loses access to it for now.
7.
Oh, cool. Great. 7. That's awesome. Bonus. Thank you.
Okay, so you do that. You're standing on the body.
and actually,
Captain
can I do
Morgan
commanding
style.
shout while I'm standing on the?
Sure.
So as I stand on the thing and I go, hey, it sounds like some people are coming our way. I would just prepare ourselves. And then I throw, how are you doing on health?
I'm at 17.
How are you doing on health?
9 out of 16.
9?
Yeah.
Then I'll throw it.
I was pretty low there.
I'll
took
throw
a lot
Yeah, give it to him.
a rally vigor to you. 5 plus my intelligence, which is nope.
Okay, so let's talk about the consequences of battle in Dungeon World.
Okay.
So you're all healed up pretty much, and you're all in good shape now, is my understanding. So in Dungeon World, there's not a, like in D&D, when you hit 0 hit points, then you play a new mini game, which is let's see if I can make my saving throws to survive or whatever else. In Dungeon World, 0 is dead. So there's no in between there. You hit 0 hit points and you take your last breath. And there's a special rule or move called last breath.
Oh yeah, we like meet with death or something.
Yeah, and so you just roll straight 2d6 and hopefully you don't botch it, because if you botch it, that's it. And that's the end of the story for your, well, that's essentially the end for the character. The character may not die right then, but you know that at some point it's going to come now. You're kind of marked for death at that point. We'll narratively make sure it makes sense, but if you fail that roll, that's the long and short of it is bye-bye that character. So Dungeon World can be very lethal, and Dark Sun can also be very lethal.
And 7 to 9 is you get a bargain?
Possibly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's death can offer you the chance to survive essentially, but you have to take what you're offered, which may be real bad. Or
I've
maybe
met
not.
with death a few times.
So basically, for those death rolls, the only way you can survive that is a 10 plus without any negative consequences, which is, that's a tough roll to make. So don't hit 0 is the moral of the story there. So you hear these footsteps getting louder, and you actually, oh, look at that. We've got OMFG Blondie says hello to Eric. Does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, he's a fan of my podcast.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you want to plug your podcast real quick?
Yeah, I do a podcast called Just Cool Enough at justcoolenough.com every week that we've been doing for 6 years now.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
shit.
Cool, man.
Before podcasts were podcasts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like you should
You're
be
just
like
screaming out
number
the
5 on
window.
iTunes.
Yes. But we're not. We're not.
We're like millionaires now, right?
No, it's cost us a lot of money over the years.
Well, I mean, it's like people go into podcasting and it turns out really well, like Mark Maron. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty much what happens with everybody's podcast.
Or like Total Biscuit, who I used to work for, and now he's like the biggest video game guy ever.
Yeah, that's how podcasting works. You get the president on at some point.
Yeah.
Have you booked Obama yet?
No.
Okay, let me know when you do. I'd
We're
like to be there for that.
waiting for him to end office, and then we can get.
Oh,
then
yeah,
I'll
you
have
don't-
more time.
Yeah, you don't want to.
He'll open
He's
up.
busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Marin, exactly. I'm sure when he went on Marin was like, well, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah.
I would rather have when you were out of office, but whatever.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
fine too.
You think Marin asked about his dad? What's your dad like, huh? He abuse you?
There's almost no doubt in my mind that Marin made it much more emotional than it needed to be.
Come on.
And he read more into it than he should have.
Yeah.
So, as these footsteps get louder, you hear this. You hear a short-pitched battle with probably the half giant going down the hallway.
Seems right.
That's
and,
what I was going to say.
And then quiet for a second, and then more footsteps running towards you guys.
Crap.
Half a dozen darkly.
Hide behind the giant.
Half a dozen figures come running into the room, dressed in dark clothing, blacks and dark browns, leather and cloth, some armored, some not. 6 of them come running into the room and kind of encircle you guys. They don't raise weapons, but they do have weapons drawn.
Hail!
Well met.
Is there a leader amongst you?
One steps forward, a woman steps forward and says, "Hello, my name is Tact.
Tact. Hi, I am Sizzlak the Great, the Third.
It's nice to meet you, Sizzlak. Full explanation."
We took care of this half-giant for you.
Well, we didn't.
Let me explain it fully, like you asked.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll let my assistant do that.
We were exploring some ruins when we came upon a doorway, one of which we'd never seen before. We walked through and were promptly attacked by these 2.
Well, there's only one here.
Well, we were attacked by 2.
Oh, we found the other one.
We killed this one. The other one, I gave the chance to live. Because I do not enjoy taking life, but I do not shy away from it.
I understand. That's a fine stance to have. Well, my concern now is that you're here.
And where is here?
Well, you're in Tyr. All of you would have heard of Tyr. It's one of the major city-states. It's all of its wealth comes from having an iron mine, and the iron mine isn't all that plentiful. But any functioning mine in Dark Sun that can produce any metal at all is going to be really important. So that's really Tyr's reason for existing. And some of you may have been to Tyr before, some of you may not have been to Tyr before, but everyone in this region of the world has heard of it.
Embyr's ears sort of perk up.
Well, you're not supposed to be down here. You're underneath Tyr right now. These are the sewers.
Oh.
Were you aware
oh.
that there is a gateway to underneath your city? Because we found one.
Sewers?
You're talking about what kind of a gateway do you mean?
It was a giant, shiny portal thingy.
Yes.
Purple.
We do not understand how it is working.
Obviously,
We
it's
were
not
looking,
here
to tell you
now.
the truth, we were looking for a castle.
We were.
This one told us about a castle, and it wasn't there.
But
Yeah,
we were not
hi.
looking for
Aodhan,
sewers.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Aodhan.
Fire cleric. Now, we were looking for, what was the name of the castle? Real quick.
Castle Benaran.
We were looking for Castle Benaran. We got there. There wasn't there anymore. We went down a tunnel. There was a giant purple portal. Someone went down it.
I went in it.
We're just simple treasure hunters.
I see.
We want no
Well,
trouble.
I'm a researcher. There's a difference.
Well, I don't know if there is.
There is.
Okay.
Trust me.
Well, if
Yeah,
that's true,
knowledge is treasure. That would make you a treasure hunter. That's an easy one.
if that's true, then maybe we can trust you. I'm going to give you an opportunity, and my hope is that you'll take it, but if you don't, then that's a choice you're allowed to make as well. We operate down here underneath the city, and no one is supposed to know that we're here. These half-giants would have been somewhat of a problem because they found their way down here, but we can deal with that. Half-giants are stupid. Everyone knows that. If a half-giant said anything about what's going on down here, most people probably wouldn't listen or believe them, so that could have been dealt with. Some of you seem intelligent.
Thank you.
So, how do we deal with that, I guess is the question.
So I've got words of power.
Okay?
So when you attempt to take charge of a social situation, convince someone or show personal authority, roll with a plus of charisma. So I'm going to say, look, like my compatriots have said, we're looking for treasure, not for trouble.
Okay.
Do I
If you're
roll for
looking
that
for
roll?
treasure, yeah, go ahead and roll.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So
Plus charisma.
It's
Plus-
a success.
yeah, it's a success.
By a lot.
Like 13.
If you're looking for treasure, then maybe we're on the same side.
Sweet.
You operate down here? What does that mean?
Well, we don't agree with what's going on in Tyr. We have some plans, and I know this sounds crazy, but
You're a rebellion.
that's right.
I love me some rebels.
What
Well,
are you rebelling against?
the Sorcerer King.
Sorcerer King.
I
Get
don't.
down with that.
I don't know. We think that the Sorcerer King is killable. Everyone says they're immortal, but we've been doing research.
I hear this too. That they like to think that they are gods, but they are not.
They can most certainly die.
spout lore for me.
Spout lore.
Yeah. Roll me 2d6 and add your intelligence modifier.
All right. That's a failure.
Okay, so you say.
Oh wait, no,
Aodhan
hold on.
says-
Because of my thing, you get a plus.
Did you use your +1?
I did not use my +1 actually.
Okay.
Well, you also get one on on this Words of Power. On a 10 plus, the GM chooses one, and you and your allies take +1 forward against them.
Okay, is that going to be a 6 or a 7 with the +1?
Well, let's go ahead and make it a 7.
Okay, so you say they absolutely can be killed. You have read about Sorcerer King weaknesses. You don't know if that means they can be killed. But you know that if they have weaknesses, then in theory that means they're not immortal. The tact kind of pauses for a moment. There are a lot of slaves in Tyr. Too
we
many.
will free them.
Too many, morally, of course, but also too many in a way that's going to be very problematic for the Sorcerer King. They've relied too heavily on slaves over the years, such that 70% of the city now is in some form of slavery. We outnumber them. And I believe that we have the ability to weaken the Sorcerer King enough to rebel, but we need help. Now, if you're willing to work with us, we could pay you.
If you provide me with water, then I
She
will help
motions
you.
to one of them and they throw a water skin at you.
You have me.
Well, that was easy.
Metal, iron. She sort of flashes her gun.
Tact looks at it and she says, that is that a, what is that? Is that a,
It's a weapon.
oh, okay. Is it worth a lot?
Yeah.
Sentimentally.
Sentimental.
I mean,
It's very unusual looking.
it's metal, you know.
That's
Metal,
a lot of metal.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a creepy thing.
Perhaps
don't go near
you
it.
don't. You
It
don't
makes loud
show
noises.
it to people.
With a woman of your beauty, all you had to do was ask, sweetheart. I'm here to help.
That's not, I don't like you.
This
I'll roll and see if you do.
Good luck. So if you're the, I assume you're the, you mentioned research, so you must be the, how do I don't want to cause problems, but you're probably the, you know how to read, right?
Yes.
I do as well.
Okay, fine.
We're kind of the brains.
Well, right, but you mentioned something about magic, which means you must know something about magic.
It is forbidden.
Yes, it's forbidden, I agree. That being said, we are an organization that understands that there's more to it.
How enlightened.
Do you happen to know anything that you shouldn't know? And as she says that, she casts a spell, and you see dancing lights go up all around the ceiling. Like that?
No.
Really?
Can I roll? Well,
I mean, it's fine if you don't. I just assumed usually in groups like this, the one who's into research is the one who has
Yeah.
those kind of abilities.
Well, as he said, we are simple treasure hunters who do not do anything. We are looking for, and I cast prestidigitation to grab the water skin and bring it towards my or unseen servant to like bring it over to myself, just and go.
Oh,
It's,
she sees that and she's like, "Oh, it's you."
it's just
I see.
we are simple people.
I just have a communion with fire.
I understand. Sometimes people try to hide it with that. Sometimes people will pretend to be elemental priests rather than to let their true nature out.
Oh, I understand, but really, I have nothing to hide.
I believe you, especially now knowing this. Just so you know, if you're ever looking for a place where other people who might understand can talk about things. We're an organization that focuses heavily on that.
Oh, they've got a support group for your kind.
There's a lot more to it
Racist.
that people don't understand. That's all.
It is important in the history of this world to know these things.
I agree. So if I asked you to go out into the wastes to recover something for me, would you be capable of doing that? Have you gone out into the wastes before?
Will it help to free the slaves?
Yes, we're looking to construct a device that there's a huge tournament coming up in Tyr very soon, a gladiator tournament. I'm not sure how much you know about Tyr, but there's a lot of gladiator fights that happen. This fight is actually going to be the biggest. This is going to be the biggest fight of the decade. Every 10 years.
Oh no.
Haki's eyes just
Are you
just
okay,
start
Fred?
twitching.
I must meditate.
Okay.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Every 10 years, there's a tremendous tournament. And there's rumors, we have some people on the inside of the city, and it sounds like the Sorcerer King is going to try to draw power from this event. Everything that I've read and everything that I've heard makes it sound like the Sorcerer King is planning to do something with necromancy. While all of these thousands of people are in the Colosseum, the only thing that I can think of would be to draw their life force, which doesn't end well. I want to find a way to stop that, some sort of countermeasure.
This you have me for. We are two of a similar kind, and there are those who use power the wrong way, and I do not agree with.
I appreciate that. If you don't mind my asking, what are your names?
I'm Yenin Markovich.
You can
Oh,
call
yeah,
me
but-
Stone Skin.
Stoneskin?
Ember.
Ember?
I'm Sizzlak the Great the Third. Greatness runs in my family.
Okay.
I believe you two have already been introduced.
Yes.
I'm Aodhan Rust Iron.
It's nice to meet you all. I hope that we can keep things quiet about what's going on down here.
What is going on down here?
Well, we've already just.
Oh, okay, I see.
All right.
Yep.
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
I
Thank
do
you.
not understand. We just discussed exactly what was happening down here.
Well,
Yeah.
you're. Oh boy. He's
No, that's why
obnoxious.
I was winking. I'll explain that later, Haki.
Okay. I have an inn that I can put you up at for a couple of days here in the city, so that you can resupply, and I'll send a messenger in 2 days. And if you want, you can, of course, reject the mission. We'll probably need to talk after that if you do, though.
Can you tell us what we would be going out to get?
An obsidian orb.
Strong stone.
Yeah, it's not magical, but it can be used as a focus.
I know this to be true.
Again, we can pay you well,
So,
but I ask. Oh. Well, you know what? Actually, I'm very confident that you won't say anything. Now that I think about it.
We have no reason to tell.
when Sorcerer King is dethroned and dead or fled, his research, as they often keep research, what is to become of this?
So you want in on the library?
I would not mind.
When you get back with the obsidian orb, let's talk about initiation rites.
Okay.
No one outside of the Veiled Alliance will be allowed the spoils.
What?
Veiled Lions.
That's where you are?
Yes, we call ourselves the Veiled Alliance.
And what happens with the children and the slaves that are freed?
We're going to none of us have served in government before. We're going to try and do the best we can. This is going to be a tumultuous time.
Freedom and chaos go hand in hand.
I come from a long line of leaders, so I can help you out with that.
Do you intend to abolish slavery?
Yes.
Then I will help you.
This is, abolishing slavery is this is our primary goal. But we do have thoughts about arcane magic and what it has done to the planet.
The cosmos is a grand place. I care not about the arcane, but a man's life is his own.
This we stand for as well.
Excellent. Let's go get some mead.
Yes, we should have drinks to celebrate our victory.
I do not know this mead.
Well, actually, mead doesn't exist in Dark Sun, but as you're brought, the Veiled Alliance walks you through a bunch of tunnels.
Fermented bugs and
Yeah,
stuff.
fermented bug honey,
Yeah.
actually.
Some bug honey.
So, yeah, you're brought through all these, through a bunch of tunnels, eventually up onto the surface of the city, through the back of a nondescript merchant shop. You're walked to this. You're walked to the inn, which is called the Shady Mechalot. And Mechalot is basically just imagine a 40-foot roly-poly, essentially. They're just giant bugs. They're trained for caravan work primarily. Anyway, so you're brought to the Shady Mechalot, and Tact herself walks you in and raises a hand to the bartender. 5 drinks are put out on the bar, and she says, "Put them up for a couple of days." She says, "I'll have a messenger talk to you soon." She leaves, and you guys have 5 clay mugs full of fermented bug honey. It's essentially nectar that comes off the glands of insects that they turn into alcohol.
Delicious.
I just grab mine and down it.
Right?
Put the bowl down.
It gets the job done.
I don't trust him.
I take his and down it as well.
Oh, yours.
No, you said I don't trust him, right?
He was not speaking.
I'm
of
not
the-
talking about my
It's
drink.
it's too late. You already
But-
had the second drink.
Yeah.
The miscommunication doesn't matter. You're 2 drinks
Sometimes people speak of things that happened in the past.
Gotcha. So I take his and I drink it. Excellent.
This one is funny.
in. The
I didn't
bartender
know
asks.
you knew humor.
The bartender asks, "Have you been to this part of Tyr before, or have you been to Tyr at all?"
I've been to Tyr.
I am well traveled.
Good.
Long time ago.
What
1,000-yard stare every time.
every time? What do you like most about Tyr? Your character, Aodhan.
They're actually rather proud of their metalwork and everything, so I can actually see what certain things would be before they'd be lost in the desert and corroded to all hell. So.
What do you like about Tyr?
It's the one of the places that I found that has, a somewhat semblance of historical knowledge that I can look to if I need to research.
So yeah, Tyr is Tyr. It's a good point. Tyr is one of the least oppressive cities with regard to knowledge. In most cities in Dark Sun, it is illegal to learn how to read and write. But Tyr, of course, as you pointed out, that's not the case. What do you like best about Tyr?
So I was reading up on the Dre. They're kind of. There's not a lot of us.
No, there's
Right?
very few remaining.
Yeah. So, but Tyr's a big bustling city type, right?
It is, yeah.
So I get some of the respect of being a Dre, but I don't have to deal with like the hovels of like
The
small
racism.
farm of like what's that weirdo over there. So
Yeah.
We're not
and
very-
my tales are told by bards and whatnot.
Unfortunately, there are bards that will do that.
Yes.
Haki, what do you like best about Tyr?
I do not like much about Tyr.
But that Colosseum, though, it is.
Is there something about the people in Tyr that you like?
I met people in Tyr that were good people.
What
I had
sets
friends.
people in Tyr apart from other cities?
The people in Tyr have an ability to look away. They're able to see past problems, but they're also able to see past their own faults and rely on the work of others to keep their city afloat. That being said, this honeyed bug dreck is rather delicious.
Really good. I've enjoyed it.
Really,
I've
I
had
wouldn't
3
know.
so far.
Okay. This particular version of the honey. Actually, you look inside and it looks like they've put cinnamon and pepper in it as well.
Nice.
Not like in any way that a brewer would. They just literally just splashed it on top and then mixed it up.
Sweetened it up.
Yeah. What do you like best about Tyr?
The metal.
It's that iron life.
Yeah.
That iron live
Ain't that
baby.
deep,
Hashtag
y'all?
Iron
Ain't that
Life.
deep? Hashtag Iron Life.
What is a fact about Tyr that makes you upset or that you dislike? A fact that you wish weren't true about Tyr, Stephen. Or anyone who's got one.
Well, I mean,
This
obviously,
excessive
Haki's got
oppression.
one.
Actually, let me amend that. What is a fact about Tyr that you don't like that has not already been established?
The knowledge is only reserved for the upper class. Those who are in good with the king can actually gather it. Everyone else is kind of left,
So he likes that knowledge is available here, but you don't like that it's reserved to certain types of people.
Right.
Interesting. Anybody else?
Not as many brothels as I would like.
Yeah, Tyr actually, Tyr has been for decades trying to outlaw sex work. And we all know how well that works when a society tries to outlaw sex work.
Yenin does not like how much they love the sort of double talk of trying to communicate with other magic users. This is the hard, despite how open they are towards knowledge, this is the hardest he has to there's a very strict way you have to talk to people
Right.
that he just does not enjoy.
You wish people could just come out and say it.
Well,
Draw-
just
draw the
less
fish.
rigmarole.
Yeah. It's kind of the political correctness of magic talk.
Yeah.
Haki?
I think I've said what I don't like about this city.
Embyr?
So it's sort of going off that with the knowledge and with the upper class getting the knowledge. It seems to me that they also tend to reserve it for people after a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
So it's most of the children are, don't have a chance to be children and sort of run around and use and have any knowledge or really use their imaginations. It's just they're kind of.
They're just stamped into workers.
Yeah.
That makes sense for a city like Tyr. So, unless there's any supplies that you want to pick up, is there anything you need to? You do need to pick up supplies. So you go to market and pick up water and dungeon rations. So you have all the dungeon rations. You have your dungeon rations back to full as they are on your character sheet. So you have all of the uses of dungeon rations that you should have after going shopping at the market. You go in, and in Dark Sun, metal is scarce, so you use ceramic bits as currency, essentially. So you might have a ceramic coin, and you can break it into pieces. There's usually perforations, and then there's the ceramic coin, and then what they call bits. So you can break it up into bits for, less currency if you need to make change or whatever else. You get back, and the next couple days are pretty uneventful. It's actually a nice inn. It's not an upper class part of town, but it's much better than you would expect for where it is. It's not in the worst part of town, but it's in a working class area, so you wouldn't expect the beds to be as nice as they are. There's silk sheets on the beds, which is crazy. And you just have a very nice, relaxing couple of days before this Veiled Alliance messenger approaches you at breakfast one morning.
Are hit points back?
Yeah, 2 days, sure.
Oh, I also communed, I assume.
Yeah, you. If you have more than an hour or so, then you can always commune or meditate or whatever you need to do. As you're sitting around the breakfast table, an elven woman walks up to the table, greets you, and sits down.
Would you like some food?
Hi.
I have had breakfast already, but not to be rude, but I have already eaten. So I'm sorry that I won't be joining you with food. It's nice to meet you. My name is Bevel.
Bevel.
Hi, Bevel.
No.
I've already been informed about your backgrounds and what you do, and I was told that you would be perhaps interested in a job.
I believe we were already hired. We've just been awaiting our
I want you to
marching
know
orders.
that I don't work. I don't work directly for Tact. She, in an effort to maintain safety, Tact has left the city, and the cell that was operating where they were has moved. I'll be taking over her operations in this area, so you'll be dealing with me.
And
I understand why this looks difficult, but
and what was the job again?
to find an obsidian orb out in the wastes.
Tell me something that only Tact would have told you about me.
That you would talk like you're talking, the way you are right now. You're just being you.
Not sure what that means.
You're
but
annoying.
it's all right.
Cryptic.
You're very annoying.
Each checks
Cryptic. It's very cryptic.
Very cryptic.
Not really.
You are overbearing. How about that?
I'll think that's a compliment, right? To be better than bearing.
Take it as such. He's fine.
So, unfortunately, this may happen. If you choose to work with us in the future beyond this job, this may happen again. You might have to deal with someone else. We move a lot. Unfortunately, we can't always stay in the city as long as we would like. If something goes wrong or if a job goes awry, then we need to spirit people out for a little while, because if they become recognizable or if they're being looked for. So that's just the nature of what we do. I'm very sorry about her not being able to.
Compartmentalization is good for such an organization.
Can
I actually only particularly know 5 other people in the organization.
Can I roll discern realities?
Absolutely. What are you trying to do? See if she's lying?
I'm gonna. It's not necessarily lying as much as pump her for information.
Sure.
You all right? 5, 6, 7, 8.
I think it's plus
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Plus wisdom. That's a 9 with. It's just an 8.
Okay.
So you get to ask one question.
Yep.
Who's really in control here?
What do you mean by here?
I mean, in your organization.
I am.
Who do you report to?
I report to Tact.
But you said you
Well,
don't work directly with her.
In theory, I will work with Tact as best as I can going forward. She's not in charge of this particular cell anymore. By the rules that we operate, under, she is no longer in control of
But
the cell.
who's making the rules?
Oh, you mean who's in charge of all of the cells?
Yes.
I honestly have never met them.
Is Tact being punished for some reason?
No. It can be seen as a punishment to lose your power, but if the Templars are looking for you and you're the head of a cell, then you need to be moved out. Tact is still alive. We haven't done anything to Tact, but Tact has been moved out of the city.
Well,
All right.
I think I would like to move out of this city then.
Yes.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Do you need to meet with Tact? Is that what
No.
you're saying?
No. We're saying
Let's get going.
we'll take the job.
Okay. I appreciate that. When you're done, we can meet at another inn 3 blocks from here. It's called the Running Kank. So please remember that and meet me there when you get back. Just tell the bartender that you have a gift for Bevel.
All right.
Fair enough.
Should you take her leave?
She throws down some ceramic bits and says, I hope this will cover your breakfast. And at the very bare minimum, your travel expenses and supplies for the journey. When you get back, we will...
Well, I mean, you have any information for us? We could have wandered into the waste ourselves if we wanted to.
No, I don't. But I will send someone... when are you hoping to leave?
As soon
End
as
of
possible.
End of day when sun is setting.
When okay, perfect. So you're looking to leave today.
Yes.
Okay. I will have a messenger bring... how many of you can read? Okay, so you can read. I will have them bring some information to you. It will be vague and may not make sense. You may need to spend a couple of hours reading it. It's going to be encoded. You'll be able to figure it out, but it's going to take some time.
Great. Well, you've been mystifying.
I'm very sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the messenger that Tact was sending? Are you that
I am.
messenger?
Yes, I am them.
So
My
it's a
job
messenger of
essentially.
a messenger to send messengers.
You're coming to tell us you're sending somebody else to tell us where to go. Great.
This is why
Bureaucracy.
this place. This is how it always is here. I tell you, it is always somebody talk to another person, sends a code that tells you to.
I don't understand. This seems very normal. This is how business is done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
That-
usually one to just do things, and this is a lot of not doing right
Tell
now.
you, it's always like this in this city.
It's very normal.
Great.
Well, we will
All
push
right.
the word on that.
She.
Can I get some more of that honey bug juice over here, please?
Yeah, she walks
Is
out
it
the
not
door,
early?
and the bartender just drops a big bowl of the fermented honey gland juice on the.
Some of the best I've ever had.
Yeah, she actually, as you pick up the bowl, she sets down several individual mugs and just shakes her head and walks away.
Oh, great.
It's
Okay.
I apologize.
I'll go in. I'll go ahead and say it.
Would have enjoyed
I don't trust
some
him.
of it.
There,
I didn't trust them when we met them in the sewers. Still don't trust them. I don't think they have a plan, and I don't think they have anyone's best interest in mind.
I would not have trusted, but Tact did do something in front of us that you do not do. That is something that earned.
They are using us. I have no doubt of this.
Yes,
Exactly.
and
But I
we are
believe
using
that
them.
we can use them.
Yes,
I've never once seen a revolution go well.
it is.
Revolution is bloody, but necessary.
I am not concerned.
I am under this hot sun. I'm feeling the burn of revolution.
Can I roll?
Actually, the bartender, you said that very quietly, but the bartender still heard you and just like sees you and nods.
Perhaps don't don't say these things.
He's with it.
He's voting for Cool Grandpa too. Could I spout lore just to see if there's any revolution that I've ever read about that worked out here?
Why don't you decide what you think is true, and then I'll let you spout lore.
I don't think there's ever been one successful revolution out here that didn't end with basically genocide.
Okay.
11.
There's never been a successful revolution against a Sorcerer King at any level.
Thought so.
Well, just because it's never happened does not mean it's
I mean,
not
I know they can
possible.
die, but
You think they can.
I think they can die.
They think
Well-
they can.
someone I heard from something on high.
I mean, is not a concern. What happens to these people is not. These are not our people.
I'm
Look,
going
being a
to
leader-
load up for a journey.
Yes.
At sunset, I will set out into the wastes. You all may join me. I hope that you will.
You know I will.
The bartender sets down, comes by and sets down a few more mugs. There's hot liquid inside, and she says, "I'm sorry for eavesdropping, but I heard you were setting out tonight. I thought maybe you could use a little bit of sleep before you go.
Thank you.
This tea should help relax you for a few hours.
Oh. Very kind of you.
No problem."
I make sure to grab my mug before someone can get it.
As you drink, well, okay, you can drink it like that, I guess. So you drink the extremely hot tea just all at once, and just scalding your mouth, just painful.
But I am Dre, right? Like, I mean, I'm
You deal with
drag.
it better than anybody. Yeah. You do feel relaxed very, very quickly though. As the rest of you drink it a little bit slower,
Not
you
him.
actually can feel your mouth going numb, and you actually feel it going out to your extremities as well, and you just can't feel things. It just anesthetizes your whole body, and you feel very relaxed. It's a very nice feeling.
This is some dank shit.
Yeah.
That's good.
You have no problem sleeping for a few hours until the sun sets. When the sun sets, you wake up for your journeys and meet outside.
So
All right, so where's our messenger?
as a human, I get one cleric spell.
Oh,
Sure.
Here's the list.
So I want that to be Speak with the Dead.
Okay.
Cool.
So
All right. Speak with dead. So as you go outside, there's a very young human boy sitting on, like, imagine a mixture between an ostrich and a velociraptor, but like the velociraptor from Jurassic Park, not like the little ones that actually exist. Like what we all wish velociraptors were.
What
from the
Spielberg
movie.
invented.
Yeah, the ones that Spielberg invented that don't exist.
Not the 2 foot tall fluffy ones.
Yeah, that sucks. But anyway, yeah. So the
They're
ones
not
that
fluffy, they have feathers.
yeah.
I like to imagine they'd be like chickens.
So anyway, you see it. Yeah, it's like an ostrich velociraptor, and that's a mount that this boy seems to be riding. And he sees you come out and hands you an envelope with a wax seal on it.
Is this telling us when the next messenger is going to arrive?
This should give you all of the information you need for the next step of your journey.
Thank you, boy.
I give him a little tip before he leaves.
I don't. I hope you don't have any questions because they haven't told me anything about what's in there other than that I needed to deliver it to here.
Thank you. Safe on your travels. Be gone!
He kind of.
Wait, before you take off, where can I get one of these birdie things?
Oh, you can buy them at any stable in town. They're not uncommon.
I wander off and go buy a bird.
You want to get
Really?
a chocobo?
Yeah, chocobo.
You go to a stable and they're renting them out. You don't have enough ceramic to own one, but you can easily rent one for this journey. You could all have one if you like.
I will take just camel.
Okay. Yeah. So those of you that want
Whatever our
camels can have
normal pack
camels.
is.
And the rest of you can have. I think they're called affix.
Ethics.
Bugs?
No, they're like lizard bird things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a
Athics or
velociraptor.
Athics?
You know what? Let's say
Chocobo?
ATAX. Atix. Somebody in the chat who actually knows Dark Sun is like, that's not it, and I don't care. In fact, I'm like 90% sure that's not it. But
Well, in 30 seconds,
it
they're
is
going to
now.
fill you with messages.
Exactly.
So anyway, so yeah, you guys head off into the sunset. The sun goes down, and it's relatively pleasant to travel. You make it about halfway to your destination in one night. It's not very far away, and you find what you think is a decent spot for a camp. You see kind of a shallower area to make camp in.
I want to. Apparently, I get a +1 when utilizing spout lore for a tactical advantage.
Mhm.
So I want to spout lore that our campsite is strategically
Go ahead.
sound. 7,
You
8.
get any bonuses to it?
Yeah.
Or is it
What do you
just
get
a-
for spout lore?
Intelligence. It's just intelligence modifier.
Oh, that's not going to be high.
Negative
gonna be a
one.
negative one.
+1. Wait, is it intelligence or wisdom? It's
Intelligence.
So they cancel each other out.
And
so
you fail.
I get a 7.
Oh,
so
that's
I
fine.
pass.
That's right.
Okay.
Kind of.
What do you say?
I say, if I were a betting man, which I am, if someone were to attack us, they would come from that direction. So we're gonna camp here.
Okay.
This is maybe, but I still will take precaution. And I cast Alarm.
Okay.
So that's 6, 7, 8. And then I guess I'll choose to just lose Alarm until I prepare it again. But
Okay.
until
If everything goes right, you shouldn't have to worry.
yeah,
about
it doesn't matter.
Okay, so you set up alarm on. Essentially, your alarm is set up on one bank, one sand bank, and then the other sand bank that's covering you. You're like, well, that's where they're going to attack. So if we just keep watch there, the alarm is behind us. We're set. So who is? We need at least 3 people to keep watch. Who's taking watch?
I will take watch.
1, 2, 3, and you 2 are going to sleep.
Yeah, I'll say, all right, you 3 take watch.
We already volunteered.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take watch.
We
Now
already-
you all get a +1. Okay. Just take my commands.
We'll all watch. Yeah, you guys.
I hate that I have to take his commands to get a benefit.
I know.
Hold on, though.
It's
You-
really-
don't you have to lead them though, which means you have to participate as well?
When you lead allies on a cause, all you take the
Yeah.
+1.
So to lead
yeah.
them, you would also have to take watch.
All right, fine. I'll take watch with you guys.
Okay, so you take the first watch since you're leading, and then which of you 3 are going to take the next 2 watches?
Oh.
You?
Wait, what? Not me.
We need 2 people with ideally good wisdoms.
Mine's not great.
Nor mine.
Mine's,
The people
mine's
want-
at least not negative.
Okay, that's a good start.
Do any of us have good wisdom?
I do.
But he wants to sleep apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't drink
He's a
my
spellcaster.
I didn't drink my crazy.
And he needs to get a spell
No.
back, so.
No, I'm not worried about that. I'll get the spell back when I prepare.
Okay, so first watch,
mine's
second
not
watch,
negative.
and third watch.
I'll,
Ember.
I'll
You
take
get a
third
+1
watch.
too.
I'll take
All right,
third
you got
watch.
third watch. Okay, so
I'm not happy about it.
So you 2 sleep.
yeah, you get to sleep the whole night. That's a pretty sweet situation.
Great.
All right. So, fearless leader. As soon as everybody goes down to bed, you take watch and you're looking at kind of looking along that bank that you know that they would attack from. And go ahead and roll me plus wisdom.
Oh,
10
that's good.
or 9. Wait,
That's
my
0.
wisdom is 9. Yeah, so 9.
Okay.
Do I get a +1 moving forward?
No, it just says +1 forward for them, right?
It says all of you take +1 forward.
Yeah. So you also get the +1.
Okay, so I got a 10.
All right, that's great. So you actually see some figures up on the ridge on this sand moving forward, and they're staying low to the ground. They're being very quiet. You can't quite make them out, but they get about partway down and then they stop. And it looks like they see you, kind of standing upright watching, and they start skittering back up the ridge.
Yeah, I go, ahem.
You clear your throat a little, and they were hoping that all of you would be asleep, but it looks like at least one of you is awake, so they know it's not worth it. The rest of the night goes just fine. You go to sleep and instruct the next people on watch what to do. Keep an eye out, look out over here, and everything else. And you both notice the same thing when your watch comes. You see them kind of testing to see if anybody is awake and up. And as soon as they see that somebody is there to notify the rest of the party, they don't attack. They're just looking for an easy fight. That's all they're looking for. So you wake up in the morning, so in the late afternoon, to travel again at night. And you have your spells back or anything that you might have missed. You commune, and you move on.
So you said we're about halfway to our destination?
Yeah. And
all right, so I'll prepare different spells.
Okay. In fact, maybe even a little more than halfway. About an hour into traveling, who here spends more time in the city than so you're a city person. Who else here is a city person? The rest of you are
Yenin
more
is
travelers. Yeah, you're probably more of a city person. You spend a lot of time out in the wastes. Mm-hmm. You probably don't spend a lot of time in the city, right?
I don't. I imagine that I would go to like small places where people gather, not like big cities.
I mean,
you
lived
probably
in the city for a very long time.
I lived in a city for a long time,
yeah,
but
you
now
probably move from place to place, I would think. Too.
Yeah, I would travel a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess I probably would like go to cities, but I probably wouldn't stay long in any city.
Okay. So those of you, not you two, but you other three, roll me a plus wisdom.
Do we still get a +1 or
no? Nope.
Woo. So 3.
Oh,
nice.
Wow.
Nice. Ooh, that's a failure.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad one of you caught it before you got in too much trouble. So as you're walking, as you're trudging through the sand.
Riding on my ATAX.
Yeah, riding on your ATAX. Embyr, you actually look down and you notice way later than you wish you would have noticed, but you're glad you noticed. There's you see the sand just moving a little bit beneath you, and you realize you've seen this before. You see, you actually see all around you. You see just some cactuses with blossoms on them. They're beautiful, gorgeous blossoms, but unfortunately, these cactuses are extremely dangerous. So you jump out of the way and dodge it before you're able to get wrapped up. But the other 4 of you, vines come out of the ground and wrap around your legs.
Oh, cool.
Would it wrap around my leg or the legs of the ATAX?
The leg of the ATAX. And everyone needs to defy danger, and then we'll get started.
Danger not defied.
Mark experience points.
Yeah, very defied.
Yeah, 6 or under, make sure you mark XP.
All right. 10, baby.
I passed.
Okay. Who got 10 or higher? Wow. Good
Oh,
job.
technically I did too.
Oh, great. Okay, that's amazing. So you all either you grab a bone dagger or something and you cut the vines and go running off.
Oh, I was just gonna jump on the back of my ATAX and then leap off.
Yeah, your ATAX gets pulled to the ground and you can see these vines just like strangling the life out of it, and you just leave it and you run off to the edge. You straight up failed, right?
Yeah, straight up.
Okay. So you end up, roll 2d8 for me. This is poison damage. As it poisons you, take the higher of the 2.
8.
Oh,
Ouch.
Wow.
That is the higher of the two.
Yeah.
Definitely the higher.
So you see Yevon get pulled down to the sand floor or to the ground, and he just goes. The blood just drains out of his face, and he just looks ghost white all of a sudden, and he looks very ill, not in good shape. At the same time, you see, in particular, you see 3 of these cactuses that are near you grow, like they come out of the ground, like as if they're standing up, and darts start firing out of them towards you. So what do you do?
I run out there and I try to get him out of the vines.
Okay, so you're pulling him out of the vines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full strength or
Yeah. Wow.
nice.
Okay, so
I'm giving very little resistance, so it's easy.
yeah, as you pull Yevon out of the vines, you realize that it's much easier because he is just nearly lifeless. He's just like a rag doll. There's
Yay.
no strength in him right now.
Yay.
So
That's
that's
a
the
good thing, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's the good news. So you pull him out of the vines. Yeah, with no complication. Great
Great.
job. So yeah, you pull him away. There's still these cactuses that seem to be they're firing darts at you, like just these really thick needly darts at you. Who else?
I will assume a stance. I'm going to take the dragon's foresight
Okay.
to try and do this here. For 7 plus. What is it? Oh, it's just a 7. So I'm going to spend 1 focus
Okay.
to avoid danger.
Okay. Cool. So it counts as a 10 basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What does that stance do?
So when I'm in the stance, I can use focus to defy danger.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but now I only have 2 focus instead of 3.
But that's good.
Yeah.
You'll probably need it. Who else? What do you do?
I mean, I guess I'll fire a magic missile at one of these cacti. Just, yeah,
Yes.
that'll do it.
Nice.
ASMS leader gives Haki inspiration for yellow justice. Does that mean anything?
Yellow justice?
I don't know what it means.
That's what he does every time.
Oh,
okay.
Yellow justice.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right, so for yellow justice.
For yellow justice.
Okay, so whatever. So the next time you roll,
Yeah.
go ahead and just add another d6 to your roll.
Cool.
And you'll just have that as a bonus instead of 2d6. You'll
Yeah,
roll
boy.
3d6.
It's my boy.
Yellow justice.
Yellow justice.
Nice. 7.
7 damage.
Okay, to one of the cactuses
Yep.
with magic missile. Tell me this.
How many are there? 3?
There are 3 of them, and that was just a hard success, 10 plus.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
an 11.
Awesome. Sizzlak or Embyr?
Yeah, I will do. I'm gonna do a commanding shout to Embyr. So intelligence. Nope, that did not happen. That was a failure.
You're getting that XP though.
I know, right?
Yeah, you're gonna level soon.
Yay. And then hack and slash.
Go ahead and hack and.
I
Are you
say-
attacking the one that's been magic missiled?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I say, hey, oh, hold on a second. I was gonna give an order.
All it ends up being is a little distracting.
Yeah, that hits. That's
Okay.
a success.
Okay.
And then D6 for that. 3.
All right. So attacking the same one that got hit with magic missile with your stone warhammer, you
Yes.
just smash into it, and the cactus turns into pulp. and just falls to the ground. It's the nice thing is there may be usable water inside of this that you could get use out of. That'd be cool, or maybe don't put it in your mouth.
Poison.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
either
not a
way.
good idea.
Could be poison.
We'll
Alright.
see.
I'll
think about
Ember.
it.
Ember's gonna take a shot
Okay, at one of the other ones.
at one of the other ones.
Okay.
Ember is not throwing away her
Her
shot.
Nice.
12.
Yeah, and just absolutely.
8.
And
Nice.
destroyed it.
So Ember just unloads on one of the cactuses and just turns it into Swiss cheese, and that cactus also just falls to the ground in a cactusy pulp.
Nice.
So that was everybody. There's only one cactus left. There are still vines kind of writhing underneath the sand that you can see, but it's a much more manageable situation. So who's next?
I'll do a lead allies in a cause. Everybody gets a +1 because I'm going to go, I got this!
Of course
I'm
you
just
do.
going to run over and smash that other cactus. With strength is +2.
7.
That's 7 plus my +1, so 8.
Okay, so you absolutely hit. Roll your damage.
5.
Okay. As you hit this one, you realize that this cactus is a little different than the other two.
Of course, because everything that we attack has got something that's a little different the second time we play.
Always.
Yep, or it's because of complications. Roll a 10, bitch.
Because you
Then
messed.
don't have to
Because
deal
you
with it.
messed up. Because you
So
failed.
as you smash into it, the spines actually all come out at once, right at you. So you're gonna also take the 2d8 poison damage as your face gets
Oh, D8?
filled with cactus spines.
Oh!
Okay.
I rolled a
Higher.
1, so 2.
2. Okay, great.
Well
It is
done.
not reduced by armor, so you take
That's
2
fine.
poison damage. But
I'll
yeah,
keep
the
it left.
spines just explode in your face, and you guys look at your
Ooh.
fearless leader, and he looks like Hellraiser.
But I go, ha 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 ha! I got it.
I will show you the
Is it
pleasures
dead?
of the flesh.
It's still alive.
Okay. I'm gonna just try to fire staff it.
Okay.
Basically hack and slash normal. 6, 7.
Okay, 7. And are you using an ability or just regular hack and slash?
Just regular hack and slash. But if I got a 10+, it would have turned into.
Oh, that's the burning brand thing. Okay, cool.
Regular hacky sack.
Regular hacky sack.
For how much damage? I can't see.
2.
2.
2 damage.
Okay.
Complication time.
Yep, complication time. So as you run in and attack it with your quarterstaff.
Yeah.
So you attack with your quarterstaff, and surprisingly, actually, you do get your quarterstaff actually does explode with fire, like unexpectedly.
I
You don't
know.
know why, but the elemental plane of fire has chosen to bless you at this exact moment. Unfortunately, that gout of flame comes back on you, and it does a d6 damage to you.
Hey.
So you're playing a fire cleric. We have a gunslinger, we have a battle mind, a commander, and a wizard. Chad is wondering what a commander and a battle mind is. So the commander is it's essentially like a fighter, but has the ability to inspire and lead people in combat. So Sizzlak is able to give bonuses and benefits to people in combat and out of combat because he is so inspiring, so intelligent, impressive, charismatic. He's great.
Handsome.
And just has
Fantastic in
Thank
bed.
you for that.
yeah, his family has passed down to him just the ability to be great. So that's who he is. So that's our commander. And then the battle mind is, imagine like a monk but with psionic abilities. So Haki has has all of the physical prowess of a monk, but can center himself using psionic abilities. Psionic abilities are much more common in Dark Sun, and those who do have psionic abilities often discover throughout their life more psionic abilities. They just kind of manifest in times of stress. And for for those of you that are interested in chat, all 5 of the people in this party do have latent psionic ability. Some of them don't even know it yet. So if people are interested in donating for that, you can donate to give people psionic abilities.
Cool.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna. Yevon he's gonna say it's like if we kill this last cactus, the vines die as well in Sprout lore.
Oh, okay, cool.
7.
And with the
Plus int.
is 9.
Plus
Okay.
1.
Plus 1, so 10.
Okay, so yeah, if you kill the last cactus, this entire lattice work of vines underneath you will just wither and die. Great.
Good move.
Who's next?
I guess I'll go.
All right,
I
Haki.
feel like it's such a waste of my my inspiration.
Well, it might not
You
be.
don't, but you don't have to use it.
Do I not have to use
You
it?
can save it.
I'm gonna save it probably. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
8, 9 plus you plus 10. So that's 10. Cool.
Okay, yeah, you hit, no complications. If you want, you can use the inspiration on damage as well. You could roll twice and take the higher for your damage.
Oh, okay.
Or you can save it.
We'll see how this roll goes. All right, guys. That's an 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah, you don't want.
I think we're good.
You're not gonna do that. So you go running in and just pummel this thing with, even when you're not in that stone skin form. Just looking at Haki's hands, they're very callous. It's just tough skin. Mules in general have tough skin. They're bred to be workers and fighters. But Haki even more so because of his training has that leathery skin. So you even throw in a couple of like shin kicks on it just to finish it up, and it goes falling to the ground. And you see all the vines that had been writhing under the sand just kind of go still.
I put out my hair.
I pluck the
Oh, the
thorns out
quill,
of me,
yeah, the
and then
thorns.
I keep them, and I put them in my satchel.
It did help me decide my hair look, by the way.
Oh, what's that?
On the character sheet, you have the look for hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I might as well put wild and burnt.
Wild and
Wild
burnt.
and burnt.
that sounds like a great show. Wild and burnt. It's like Wild and Out, but
Oh, dude, I love that I have it on my look. There's athletic body, fat body, or handsome body. We all know
What
which
does
one
that
I
even
am.
mean?
I get it. Yeah, and Sizzlak does seem like the type of person who would just fat shame the shit out of people.
Well, it's a choice.
Mm-hmm. That's
Get
what
off the
Sizzlak
goddamn
would say. Perfect. So you don't encounter any other complications before getting to the spot on the map. Well, you weren't given exactly a map. It was more kind of a description of where to go.
Go here.
Yeah, go here, but not at all clear or helpful. So between the two of you, though, you're able to kind of figure out what they meant. And you actually find an oasis with a really dirty, dank pool of water. Okay, so when you get to the water, it doesn't look drinkable, unfortunately. You see, trees kind of growing around it, but the trees don't look like they're in good shape either. And
These aren't Fenric trees, are they?
no, they don't seem to be fruit-bearing trees. They're just they look kind of like
Oh,
palm
right.
trees.
Yeah,
That
you got-
happened in Dark Sun, didn't it?
Yeah, you got a tree named after him.
Fenric had a fruit named after green apples.
Yeah, green
Yeah,
apples.
green
or
apples.
Fenric,
Wow.
Fenric apples. So yeah, you get there, and so this is where you were supposed to go, and it's hard to see down into the water because it's pretty cloudy, but it does say that this is where you were supposed to go to find this object.
In
I'll go
the
for a swim.
oasis?
You dive in.
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a defy danger roll.
Nice.
Oh,
That's a failure.
nope.
Okay, so-
Make eyes.
Oh boy. Okay, so I really get to have fun with this one then.
Oh dear.
Okay, so you dive down into the water, and it's murky, so it's difficult to see. But you swim down, and it's much deeper than you thought it would be. But you swim down a little bit deeper, and you straight up see an obsidian orb right in front of you, clear as day. It could not be anything else. And as you reach out and grab the orb, it is extremely heavy. It's stone this big, and you grab it, and you're not sure if you can handle taking it up yourself. At that point, you actually you kind of start struggling, and you think, you know what, I'm going to get somebody else to help me. So you start swimming up, and you can't move. Something has wrapped itself around your leg and is pulling you back down now. And you guys see
A bunch of bubbles.
Bubbles.
Yeah, nothing because it's murky.
Yeah, nothing seems to be happening.
He seems to be down there for a while.
I go.
Yeah,
I think it's been a
He'll
while.
need help.
You
And I
dive
jump
down.
in.
Alright, make me a defy danger as well.
I guess I'll just. Okay, because I can use my inspiration
Yeah.
if I need
Yeah,
to.
you could. Want to add a D6 to that? Oh wow,
All right.
that's a big help. So you'll have to thank
Thank Yellow Justice, right?
Wait, it was for Yellow Justice!
ASMS for Yellow Justice.
ASMS.
And so
boy.
as you get down, you actually get grabbed by tentacles as well, and you just say fuck that, and you just shed them off of you. But as you do that, both of you see a yellow light come closer to you, and you see a giant maw. Like you've seen lampreys before, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that, only this mouth is almost the width of this room, about 10 feet wide and maybe 5 feet high, with those pointy, like needly teeth that open up, and that's just all you see.
They've been in water quite a long time.
Yeah, they have been in the water for a while. Also, ASMS gives Haki a bonus attack. So, but instead
They're
of
popular.
so on,
Yeah, dude.
on Saving Throw Show on Barky's Brigade, when somebody was given a bonus attack, they are supposed to yell Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But ASMS has decided that is not going to be what you say. You are going to say you're going to say Yellow Justice, and that's how you get your bonus attack.
Awesome.
I don't know what it
Nothing if not
means.
predictable.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I don't know what it means, but yeah, you get a
It's
bonus
fine.
attack.
Can
Dig
I
it.
like grab a stone or something nearby, cast light on it, and just drop it into the pond just to see?
Yeah, so
We can
you
see anything.
so that'll be your first action. So you cast light and throw a stone into the pond, and that actually helps a lot. You can actually now see this giant fish-looking creature with tentacles coming out of it that's about 15 feet below the surface. You guys see this as well. Who else is going?
Are there rock? Is there like a rock that I could jump on that is near this great big creature underneath the water that
You
I
can-
could get closer?
You think you could fire the creature from the edge of the water without going in
Okay,
the
because
water?
I was thinking about that bizarre lance that I picked up and just like
Oh yeah,
chucking it down at it.
yeah. You can chuck the lance down. Yeah,
Do it.
absolutely.
Yeah, bullets don't move through water too well.
8.
Okay, so you throw the bone lance into the water, and actually before you throw it into the water, you realize that the problem is your friend Sizzlak is being kind of yanked around with these tentacles. So it's kind of hard for you to get any ranged attacks in without like endangering him. So you can throw the lance or any other range attacks you want to make from the shore, but there's a danger that it might hit him. So the question is, do you want to go into the water and try to just stick it with the lance, or do you want to throw the lance?
It's okay.
Yeah?
Sizzlak's okay.
I'll throw it.
Okay, so you throw the lance and make me a defy danger roll. Nope. Okay, so this is a big.
It's like,
I mean, this thing is large. So the good news is You think even after it goes through Sizzlak, because he's so close to the lamprey, you think it's also going to stick the lamprey.
Sorry,
so
bro.
that's good. Roll me a d10. And ASMS also gives all of you inspiration, so all of you
Aw.
have an extra d6 that
Do
you
we
can
all
add.
have to yell Yellow Justice?
I'm assuming so. Okay, did not
Thank you, and
specify.
Yellow
So
Justice.
for the first time, yeah, you can if you want to. There's no saying you don't. You can do so if you want to suck up. You know, I find.
I
sucking
don't
up
feel as special anymore, I gotta say.
You've still got more benefit than everyone
No,
else.
for sure. No, he's still my boy.
So you roll me a d10 damage for the lance.
I did. It was 3.
It was 3. Okay, you take 3, and the lamprey also takes 3.
Do I get armor off that?
You do.
Sweet.
The lamprey looks like it's got thicker skin than those half giants, so it looks like it reduces the damage a little bit as well. So that was Embyr. Who's up next?
Yeah, I mean,
think
was
it's
me
you,
diving
right?
in?
I
you
have-
Oh
diving
yeah,
in
that's
was my
right. You
first
cast.
action, right?
I think
I
you're the
guess
only
I'm the
one.
last one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cast magic weapon.
Okay.
That is a 10.
Okay. Nice. So no
Maybe.
complications.
Right. And then I'm going to dive into the water.
Okay. You dive into the water. You're not going to be able to get an attack off this round just
That's fair.
because of how far you have to swim down to get to it.
Right.
All right. So the situation is you're grabbed by tentacles. You've got a bone lance through your chest. A little bit is sticking out, which is also stuck into the lamprey. So you're now attached to the lamprey with this bone lance. You're still at the edge of the water looking down at all this craziness that's happening. You've gone right in, so you're near the lamprey. You're next to the lamprey as well. You're not grabbed or anything, and you're still at the shore having thrown the lance. So who's next?
I'd like to do one of these,
Okay.
which is my signal for, hey, everybody, let's take this thing down.
Yeah.
And then
That's your signal for that?
everybody gets a
We all recognize that as
it's
that
like
signal.
in the water, so
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just like
that's-
oddly
real
slow.
slow.
That's the signal for let's all do this.
Yeah. And then I'm going to push the bone lance out of me and further into the lamprey.
Oh. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's
Dig
definitely
it.
that's
Just like the end of Excalibur. Grand
okay. You know what? Make
Yeah.
me a defy danger roll, Constitution,
All right. These two have not been doing well for me, so we're switching.
and you have that inspiration if you need it.
For Yellow Justice,
Yep.
definitely.
Thanks, Yellow Justice.
Plus con.
9.
Okay. So
Almost.
you. It's half the job is already done because it is already sticking into this into the lamprey. The problem is you have to. It gets wider as it goes, so which means you have to push it through yourself, and it's gonna get worse. So you can do so if you want, but you're gonna take the exact same damage you're doing to the lamprey.
Or what's the other option?
The other option is to not do it.
Or I guess pull it out.
Yeah, you could pull it out and make a hack and slash.
Okay.
You want to do that instead?
Yeah, I'll do that instead.
Okay.
So I pull it out,
Yep.
and then I want to use it because I've got it.
Yep.
Is it still a D6?
Yeah, it'll be a D6. Well, here's the thing. You have to make a hack and slash, though. The
Right,
thing about
so
this,
I have to roll for another. For an
you have to
attack.
roll again. Yeah.
Got it.
Whereas this would be automatic damage. Whereas the hack and slash you could.
I'll roll
still
again.
fail. Okay.
God dang it!
Snake Eyes.
Okay.
Wow,
I am just
bro.
rolling like
So
crap
you,
right now.
so you go.
Impressive.
So you pull this bone lance out, and unfortunately, you have armor, right?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, as you're pulling it out, there's one of the spurs on it or something gets stuck, and you break off the end of it. So unfortunately, the spear end, the point end of this bone spur is stuck inside of you now,
Oh, bro.
and you have a blunt bone in your hand that you try to stick, but it just doesn't get into the fish. So you take it's not going to be as effective. So say a D8 damage from pulling it out, and also from the tentacles of this lamprey crushing you.
But look
So
at it.
2d8.
Just one D8, but it's
D8.
from both of these different sources.
4.
4.
Well, look at it this way: one more failure and you level up.
Oh yeah. How many? I don't understand how
It's
the level
8
works.
experience points, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, once
7
you-
plus
once-
your level.
Yeah, so once you have 8 marks, then you get to level.
Oh, sweet.
So all those failures are helping in a roundabout way.
You're learning more than
So I
anyone
took-
else at this table.
Yep.
Took
Yeah.
3 damage, right?
There you go. Yeah, reduced by armor. So that's good. All right, who's
I'm
next?
still-
I'll go next,
And I've lost my
and I will
yellow justice.
simply attack the creature, and yeah.
Yeah, levels, you start getting these cool things, right?
Oof, man, bummer. That's not good. That's a failure.
Okay, so as you go in to punch this lamprey, the lamprey opens its mouth and to try and swallow you, and luckily it doesn't. It just straight up misses you. But as it opens its maw, you actually see 2 electric eels come flying out of its mouth towards you,
Yeah.
and both of the electric eels attack you. So you're going to take a d6 plus 1 damage from the electric eels that shock you.
It's like an underwater graboid. What is
Yeah,
this?
I want to thank. I'd like to thank ASMS for adding 2 more bad guys to the fight.
Oh,
Thanks.
Wait a second.
Bro!
Justice.
Bro!
That's
Uh,
the last time
I like
played
it. He's just,
Justice
I mean, he's
ever.
keeping the game going, man.
Yep.
Gotta keep it interesting. All right. Well,
6
standing at
damage.
the edge of the water.
Not reduced by armor, by the way, because they're shocking you.
Cool. That's fun.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Is it a faux pas to use the restroom?
I've been
Use
using
the
that
restroom.
actually.
Yeah, can
Yeah.
Hold it, dude.
I? I have been.
Because Yenin will cast Magic Missile. Give you this back. Yeah.
Oh wow.
That'll do it.
Nice.
That's a success. So he's casting at the big thing. He doesn't quite see those little things yet.
Unmic.
3.
3
Take your
damage.
mic off and
I feel
use
bad
the
about
restroom.
it.
No, it's okay.
Guys, come on.
Never mind.
Okay.
For a second, I really wanted our producer to be pointing at a bucket.
Yeah.
You can just.
Sitting in the corner,
No, you,
bro.
I mean, just polish off one of those Perrier bottles.
Yeah, we've got a bunch
Oh,
of
well,
bad
you know, in that case, when I'm wrong.
We're all friends here.
No, I can get it. I just have to switch to Sean. Now Sean talk.
What?
I need a deal out of this.
I'm sorry. What was the total on that?
That was 3 damage.
Okay, 3 damage.
3 force damage.
Great.
3 force damage. Yeah, because the magic missiles just plow right into it.
Yeah.
No armor reduction from magic. Who's next?
I'm gonna go ahead and just try to stab the giant lamprey in the eye.
With
Do
your
they have
quarterstaff?
eyes? I don't know.
They do have eyes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. With my
With your
half-staff.
magical quarterstaff.
And I'm gonna go ahead. Yellow justice.
add the inspiration. Okay.
Yep. That is.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do I count all 3 or do I just take 2?
You count all 3.
Then I got a 17 on that. No, a
Okay.
16. I'm sorry.
Okay, so a
Plus
16.
1, 17.
So 17 from your commander.
17.
And yeah, you.
So I need to borrow a D4 from you, if you don't mind.
I do mind.
Oh, thank you, Barrett. All right. So that's 1d8 plus a d4 because I did the magic weapon, and Burning Brand kicks in for another d4.
Oh, nice. So the weapon. So as you stab this thing in its eye with your magical quarterstaff, which is glowing blue, it also erupts
nice.
in fire into its eye.
13 damage.
13 damage.
You're wasting my 4s on these. That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
We had so many of those.
Okay. So it reduces that damage very slightly from the quarterstaff, but all that magic damage just.
If we weren't underwater, I would call it my bitch right now.
Yeah, you. It's hard to make out any of the words that your commander is saying. That's why he's just doing this. But yeah, the lamprey just rears back and starts flailing about in pain. And who's next?
Is it still underwater? Or
It's
has
still
any of
it's
it-
yeah, it's still underwater. Yeah, you're gonna have to either dive in or risk your buddy if you take shots.
I'll dive in.
All right, so you go diving in.
My buddy.
My
I'm still
buddy.
doing okay too.
7.
Okay, so 7. Yeah, so you dive in to take shots at it, and the first thing that happens as soon as you dive in is you get grabbed by the tentacles. And unlike what's happening with him getting flailed around, it immediately just puts you in its mouth. So it starts just gnashing with its teeth. Yeah, you fit in this thing's mouth, no problem. You're a halfling. And it just starts gnashing teeth. So you realize as you're getting just punctured with all these teeth, really, really terribly bad, really painful, you could try to escape, but you're in a great position to shoot this
I was going to say,
thing.
can I shoot it from inside the mouth?
You can shoot it from
Yeah,
inside the mouth,
I
but you're not
can.
going to be able to get out of its mouth.
That's okay.
All right.
You have inspiration still, don't you?
It's still 6.
Can't you re-roll?
No, you have.
No,
Oh, I
just
have
damage.
inspiration.
Yeah,
I
you
had
hit
D6.
it. You hit.
Oh.
Yeah, you hit with
Oh,
your.
so I'm just rolling
when you
damage.
rolled your 7, you
Oh.
hit. I just introduced a complication to
And
it.
I'm rolling my
Your damage. Yep.
Da, 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 da. 10.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, so this thing is just basically eating you. So roll me 2d10, take the higher, and that's how much damage you're gonna take.
See if I can do this while flashing the audience.
6.
Okay, so you take 6, reduced by armor if you have any, and you guys see. You see, as like you've seen on movies or whatever, how that when you shoot bullets underwater, it makes that really cool matrixy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you just see these coming out of it in all different directions. And luckily, none of you get hit by these bullets. And then you just you see its remaining eye close. The light on its little stalk thing goes out, and it just starts sinking down below.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can
You
I-
also saw, as it's sinking, you did see the halfling get swallowed by it.
I'll help the halfling.
This all seems very violent.
Can I
I'm
try and
glad I'm
like
not
punch
in-
a hole in the mouth to get the
so you-
halfling out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll for try and punch its teeth because it does have the
Have the tentacles also released?
Yeah, the tentacles release you.
That's
Should do it.
it's a 9.
Okay, so you're like punching, and the teeth just aren't. They're long, they're long, thin teeth. But the problem is there's so many of them that it's hard for you to punch through them. But you can grab a hold of them at the bottom and kind of like start snapping its teeth off.
Yeah.
But you're gonna cut your hands doing so.
I'm gonna lose 1 focus and defy that damage.
Okay, cool. So you snap off several teeth, and you see Embyr like waiting, like expectantly, like somebody's gonna save me, right?
Just like have my guns.
Yeah. You see this little you see a little shaft of light as the teeth are pulled out, and you're able to swim right out through.
I go.
Right.
Do I have any teeth like broken off in me?
This guy knows.
No, none of the teeth
Okay.
broke off
This
in
guy
you.
knows.
Yeah, so you do
Yes,
this,
I do
and
this.
Ember's like, got it. That means swim up to the surface of the water that we're currently in.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back. It's nice that you were all. Okay.
So yeah, you all get back up to the surface of the desert.
I take it things are okay now. Did anyone think to grab the orb?
I think we're all gonna
Okay.
compose ourselves
when
and
you
then
have
go back for the orb.
When you have moment, please go retrieve orb.
I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
How's
It's
everybody
bigger
doing
than
on
me.
health? Is everybody doing okay?
I could use it. You have like a 1d4 thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I could use that.
I've been at half since the.
Oh
But-
yeah, he needs it more than me for
I will
sure.
definitely
Yeah.
be using lay on hands on it.
Yeah, so
So-
we're okay.
All right, so he's gonna do that on you. So I'll do that. I'll bark the order. I'll be like.
Actually, I will get orb, and I cast unseen servant to go get the orb.
You could have done this entire time.
Okay, so you so
Sean
you see
hates
two
I have holes in my body.
so you see these two electric eels just swimming around this obsidian orb.
Yeah. I was going to ask about those
Oh,
too.
the
Yeah.
eels, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're
Yeah.
we're still in the water though.
No,
No,
we're out now.
you
We all
guys
swam
ran away essentially.
Oh.
You see these two eels kind of orbiting around the obsidian, and your unseen servant just gets it, huh?
It's. I
I
mean,
feel like we have to kill
it
these
can-
orbs. This dude introduced them to the
Oh,
fight.
don't worry. He's gonna get his money.
can only carry those.
Oh boy.
Items carried by the unseen servant appear to float in the air behind you. Yeah, he just kind of can.
Behind you.
I mean, if he's like holding it behind me, but see, invisible servant can do nothing but carry items. It has a load of 3. Can carry anything you hand to it. It cannot pick items on its own, so it can only carry stuff. So it can't go grab it.
So it can't go.
So you have to
grab
like
it.
hand it to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you
Okay.
go. So you see these 2 electric eels still circling down in the water.
So I'm going to bark out some orders. I'm going to be like,
Okay.
hey, Embyr, pop a couple shots off of that eel. Yo, Stone Skin,
Yeah.
why don't you go down there and get that orb?
It's like shooting bugs in a.
You are rolling crap today, bro.
Is that your level up? I think that's your level up.
That
you
is
are
my
now
level
level
up.
2.
Hey.
Okay, so we'll deal with that at the end of the session. So, so that was a 6 or lower, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as he's commanding everybody, giving them orders, what looks like a small, imagine a cross between like a oh god, what is it? Like an iguana. Like it's got an iguana's head and like almost like a bear's body drops out of the tree, and this drop bear this drop bear falls
bear.
onto you. Yeah, and that's what happens on your turn. So who's next?
I'll go.
Hold on. Why don't we those of us that can shoot, we shoot.
Okay,
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
I'll deal with drop bear.
Turtley.
Okay, so you're gonna shoot at the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magic missile at one of these eels. Hey,
Snake
look!
eye.
My second XP of the night.
Oh boy. Okay, so bye bye magic missile then.
Great. So I'm pretty
Is that
much-
the only option? Can you not take damage or anything, or is it you have to basically one means?
I
the-
think 6 and under it kills the spell automatically. Does it say?
It says success 7 or 9. This spell is
like
cast
it's charging up.
after spell. It doesn't say that I lose it. It just if I got a 7 or a 9, I can choose to lose it. But I think maybe I do lose it. It's
Yeah,
up to
so
you.
just one is like a myth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check on that again, but I'm pretty sure 6 or under you lose the spell.
Yeah, it seems that makes sense to me.
Okay, so you're taking shots.
I'm taking shots. Shots.
Everybody.
Oh,
There we go.
wow, that's a hell of a roll.
Those dice are hot tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Nerdist dice are
I need
strong.
to switch
13.
up.
Okay, so roll your damage.
Bring
Oh,
up
yeah.
these bad boys.
I'm like, yeah, I did it.
I won, right? I beat the game.
That's okay.
I
The
Ember wins.
the eels don't seem to have any armor, so it takes 2 is a pretty heavy amount of damage for an eel. So, but the other eel seems fine. This eel, as it gets shot, it's like looking around for where that came from. Obviously, it can't even figure that out.
Yeah.
The mysteries of firearms in a world where firearms don't exist, and also it's an animal.
It's an eel.
As
It
it's
doesn't have
an
hands.
eel.
Yeah, and also it's an eel. Okay, so Aodhan.
Well, it's a drop bear an actual threat.
It looks terrifying. It has claws that look like they're dripping with some sort of poison or disease, and then the head has pretty sharp teeth.
Do you have any long distance stuff? Because I can kill the drop. I can go after the
I don't
drop
have
bear.
anything long distance.
Okay.
So I don't want to get back in the water.
I get
Just
it.
got out.
I get it.
All pruny. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to hack and slash the drop bear.
Okay.
That is a failure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mark experience points and something terrible happens.
Yeah. It actually the drop bear actually as you come in with your quarterstaff, the drop bear actually grabs your quarterstaff and bites it with its mouth and just and then throws it to the ground and then scratches you for a d6 damage. So take a d6. Yep.
Oh,
Five.
now you roll high.
reduced by armor, but your quarterstaff is also thrown to the side as well.
Great.
I think
17.
it's everybody. Oh no, Haki needs to go.
I'm gonna punch the crap out of this. I'm gonna go in and start pummeling this.
Center
I'm gonna
yourself
punch
first.
like if it's on his head. I'm like
Yeah, it's on. It's like it's
punching
really
it
on his
at
back.
his
It's like a
head.
little backpack.
I'm gonna go try and punch this backpack.
Yeah.
Punch it off of me.
That's a 10, baby.
Nice.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go ahead and use my yellow justice. Yellow justice. So that adds a d6 to my attack roll, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Is that like a common thing? Yellow justice? Is that like?
I looked it up online. I could not find anything.
I had to make something Steven Universe.
Okay, I was like, there has to be some reference that I'm not getting.
That's 6 damage
Okay, to the drop bear.
to the drop bear.
Let me give the drop bear its own column.
Yeah, no, I just took yellow diamond from
Yeah.
Steven Universe,
Oh,
and then
okay.
just wrote
Yellow
yellow justice on it.
Nice. That works. Okay, so yeah, the drop bear looks like I mean that did some pretty significant damage to it. Like it's bruised and battered, but still in the fight. So you've got a drop bear on your shoulders, like a drop bear backpack. There's the eels
fall back
swimming
onto the
around
ground on it.
in the water.
I attempted to cast a spell I've cast several times and completely forgot how to do it. I'm like,
Yeah, you see Yevon like say the words and just nothing.
no, that is not right.
Nothing comes out. Yeah, so that's everybody. What do you do next?
I yell, I've got this bear where I want him. Get him, boys! And then I attempt to roll over
Okay.
and like a log and like knock it like on its back or whatever.
Okay, so you're kind of like trying to crush it like underneath you, or you're
No.
trying to-
I want to like roll so that it loses its balance and
Got it.
falls on its back.
Okay, cool.
So
Hey, alright.
sweet. And what do I add to that?
I could see strength because you're trying to like wrestle it off of you.
All right, so an 11.
Okay, yeah, you throw it off of you, and in fact yeah, and in fact because it was such a good success, it takes your weapon damage as you throw it against a nearby palm tree.
Sweet. 2.
Deuces.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll take advantage of it while it's down on the ground. He says he has it where he wants it. Now he's placed it exactly where I would like it to be.
We'll work on your one-liners later.
What'd you roll?
That's a 9.
+1.
Wait, 9 plus 1? Cool. That's a 10.
Okay, no complications. You do your
Alright.
damage to it.
I like giving these +1s.
Yeah, makes a big
Yes.
difference.
Makes a huge
It's
difference.
crazy how that
One-
like in D&D
one
it
point.
means almost nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with, I mean, when you're looking for 7 to 9,
Yeah.
and
6
10
damage.
is so much better.
Yes.
It's 6 damage.
Okay, 6 more damage. The drop bear, as it's like leaning against this palm tree, you go in and just like kick the shit out of it,
Yeah.
and the drop bear just starts running. It just like it's still alive, but it's like really wounded, and it's like not running so much as like limping as it runs off towards the desert.
There is no cowardice in your failure.
All right, who's next?
I'll go. Embyr sort of turns around and watches the bear go and goes, okay, and turns back and takes another shot into the water to heal.
All right.
10.
Nice.
Okay, another success, no complications.
3.
Okay, same eel from before or different eel?
I'll do different eel. I'll do other eel.
Okay, who's next?
I will. I guess. Can I? What kind of character? You're a human,
I'm a half elf.
half elf. So he's kind of strong. So I can. I want to aid him in attacking the eels
Okay.
in some way, and I'd be like, if you go for like right where the neck and the shoulder meets, that's where you do most damage to them.
Right where the
Next.
neck and shoulder of the electric eel meet.
Eels have shoulders? What?
Well,
I don't do very well. Let's see, plus my bond, so that's a total of 5. So hey,
okay. So actually, what Yevon tells you, about like the
in home country it makes sense what I say.
yeah, it doesn't quite make sense to you, but
How much is the bond plus?
it's plus
It's roll plus the bond. I have 1 bond with him, so
Yeah.
it's 1.
Oh, it's by how
yeah,
many
you
bonds?
count the
Oh,
number of
okay.
times it appears.
Got it.
So but when he tells you that,
can use
you
charisma instead
you
of
also
bond.
think that the electric eels, like as you look at the eels, you can jump in after the electric eels to fight them, but it also looks like the shoulders that he was talking about them having. Like, you didn't really pay attention at first, but they kind of do have shoulders. And those shoulders also look like they have wings on them.
His advice was so bad I'm hallucinating.
Well, all you know is that he knew something that apparently nobody else knew, which is that they have shoulders and wings on those shoulders. So he's partially right. They do have shoulders.
Oh, great.
And now they can fly.
And now they can fly. You're welcome, guys. That's what happens
Great.
when you spout lore about something and you're not.
Wait, so what's the bond
just
bonus
let
that
me
you
shoot.
got?
Well,
Hey, I
that's-
was trying to aid him.
Hey,
Yeah.
down here at the. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
But
can-
the spout lore is kind of an additional extra thing that I threw in
I
there.
need to get one
gotcha.
of these basic move things.
You
that
have
they
one
got.
in your packet.
Yeah. Yeah, mine just doesn't have all the descriptions. Yeah, it's the last couple pages.
The last 2 pages.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Basic moves.
I didn't
Um,
know that.
Yeah, so that's that. So you can take his advice or whatever you want to do.
Well, with such great life-changing advice as eels having wings and shoulders, I feel obligated to dive into the water and try to quarterstaff one of these eels between
All right.
the shoulders.
You run off, grab your quarterstaff, and dive in the water.
Yep.
Go ahead.
That is a 10.
Another one. Oh boy, I'm
I
really
told
not
him.
happy with how
See,
well
he-
you're
he
doing.
listens.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
This is how leadership work.
I'll just
Yeah.
throw my
Just
D8.
provide information
Oh, wait,
and
no.
let them make the choice.
Can I borrow your D4 again? Still in effect.
Yep.
Where's my?
Yep, it's still magical. You just knocked it out of your hands.
That is
Nice.
9.
Wow. Okay, yeah. So you go in and you attack the less injured of the two. They're both relatively injured, and just with your quarterstaff, cut it in half. Like, it is insane.
the weak
Like,
spot.
You go in with your quarterstaff, and it just actually it doesn't so much get cut in half as it explodes from that attack.
Gross.
Yeah. So I think that's everybody, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so there's one electric eel remaining. He's in the water with it. Who's going next?
I'll jump in the water.
Good job.
I shoot?
It's Stone Skin. Like I said earlier, get the orb, shoot the eel, and I'm just gonna stand there.
Yeah, fair enough. You're not diving in.
Sure, I'll
I'm
go
good.
after. I'll go after.
You're not
you.
leading the way.
If you shoot it,
Let
I'll
me
go
take the
after
shot,
you.
I was
Yeah.
going to say before you go.
Actually,
Go for
Justin, you might want to change your course of action
Oh, hold on.
because what is it? Panda Nin 777 is giving you inspiration for right now.
But right now,
Right
all right.
now.
Then I say, hold on, not so fast. You know what? I've got this. And I dive in after, and I'm gonna go kill the eel.
Remember the
right.
shoulder.
Remember the shoulders.
So I rolled a 10 anyway.
Okay, cool. You can save the inspiration from
Sweet.
Panda Nin 777.
But he said it was for right now.
It's not true. I was lying.
Yes,
He was
it
just
is.
giving. Pananin was giving you inspiration in general, and I
And
was
you just
goading you
wanted
into
me
using
to-
it.
That's fine. It works well
Good goad.
with Sizzlak. And then I'll do my hack and slash. 6.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Yeah, so you go in and you smash it with your stone hammer, and the eel goes floating to the bottom of the pond floor.
It would have done better if he hit shoulder neck.
And then I point up and I say,
Yeah.
You do
I point
this.
at the orb.
I'll
and I
go
do
after
this.
the orb.
Well, I'm already in the water.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just grab it.
I mean, I think it's going to take more than one of us to bring
Yeah,
it up.
it
That's
absolutely
that's why I'm
is. Yeah.
signaling.
All right.
I'll jump in and help.
Okay.
Yeah, so between three of you, you're able to I mean, it is, it's a stone orb this big. So between the three of you, you're able to, to get it out of the water, but it's really fucking heavy. So you get it out of the water and you look at it, and it is, it's in remarkably good shape. It's polished well, doesn't seem to have a whole bunch of gunk on it or anything else.
Good call on the shoulder thing, by the way.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
the inspiration. Buddy.
I use prestidigitation to clean it up just that much more.
Oh, after using prestidigitation, it's beautiful. This orb is in great shape.
I use it to fix my hair.
You have
Looking
hair?
into the yes, I have.
Yeah, you're a dragonborn, dude.
Oh yeah, okay. I forgot what I look like for a second.
Yeah.
I use it to clean my
You
teeth.
have a wig.
Yeah, and then I put
Like
on
a
sometimes.
toupee.
Yeah.
It's like a dragonborn with like a
Fabio wig.
no, like those old barrister wigs, like the like
But it's actually, yeah.
like he's
Powdered
a,
wigs.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like a powdered wig.
Yeah.
Like I'm royalty.
Yeah.
Take one of these and pass it down.
Okay.
And take one, pass it to Max. Okay, so good job, you guys. We'll go over leveling and abilities off of stream, but now we can move into the prologue for today's session. Good job on recovering the orb for the Veiled Alliance. You guys are able to successfully get back to Tyr and meet with your contact to give the orb back to her, and we'll roleplay out the beginning of that next time. But in the meantime, I'm going to have us do a little bit of collaborative world building to finish up the week. And this is something that people in chat can do as well. So we're going to figure out some of the campaign fronts for the world that you see on the map here. So these are the type of things that we're going to be engaging in some fashion in the future. So on the map, you see the Mud Palace, Pristine Tower, Fort of Ebon Bones, Violet Fountain. You see all of these different things on the map. I would like each of you to pick one of those and tell me why it's called what it's called and what the most dangerous thing in or around it is. So, and you'll write that on the note card that you have in front of you. So for the chat, if anyone is interested, this is something you can do either through email or social media on our contacts. Maybe become a Patreon backer, and I'll let you make a campaign front. But basically, just there are things that are already on the map, and I want things added to the map from our viewers. So come up with something, whether it's a tower that's made entirely out of coral or a lake that's made out of fire, whatever it is, just come up with something and include it, and I will incorporate it into our adventures.
Boy.
And yeah, I think that'll be fun. Does anybody have anything that they want to offer off the top of their head right now just yet for campaign fronts?
Well, for a description of these places?
Yeah.
The Plain of Singing Skulls, it's actually, it's just a very flat, like sort of salt flat with these skulls embedded at various, like just somewhat randomly, but the deeper you go in, the more you feel like a presence seeping into your mind.
Cool.
And the danger, of course, is that it has some sort of mind control.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I had an idea for that one too. We could add
Embyr?
both.
The Wailing Blood Mines are covered interiorly, if that's a word,
It is.
with like sort of like a red clay and it's oddly a little moist in there, so it like always kind of has this irony smell, and it's
Oh, nice.
very red. And there was also, I think, a massacre that happened there at some point that also sort of gives it that
The wailing.
creepy ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like everything, the wind and everything. It always seems like someone's screaming.
Nice.
I think it'd be cool the violet fountain, if like it's like actually a large source of water, but it's like purple because it's like all poison. It's like it's useless to anybody. It's just like this big spout of like poisonous water.
Water everywhere.
Yeah,
Never
water
drop it.
everywhere, but none of it's any good.
The Pristine Tower, it's it's a tower, but it's all it seems to be just one piece of stone from top to bottom, and there appears to be no entrance. It's just
like an
completely-
obelisk.
Yeah, basically like an obelisk.
Nice.
To go with the violet fountain thing, it's actually purple because there's a mineral underneath that helps psionic abilities. If you were to just have it straight, if it's mixed with anything else, it goes completely toxic.
Nice.
There also seems a machine there that has a will of its own. It's been there for a long time.
Spice must flow.
The spice.
Nice.
The spice must
So
flow.
yeah, if anybody in chat is interested and wants to add or modify to the world like we just did, I think that would be really cool. I'm also going to figure out a way to post a list of bonds online so that people can start giving you guys additional bonds.
Cool.
So does anybody think that they have fulfilled or finished a bond tonight?
I mean, I've tried to teach him, but I don't think he's learned.
So you think it will continue to inform the way you guys play?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't think so. I haven't gotten a chance to dive into it yet.
I mean, I guess the question on this one bond was led by me in the past to failure. I mean, that has already happened, so that is.
Well, the question is, do
wanna
both
make
of
up
you
for
want
it?
to explore that further, or do you think that it was an interesting thing that came up and then that's kind of the end of it?
What do you think? You want to explore further,
Yeah,
buddy?
I feel like-
We'll keep
Okay.
exploring it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a very like kind of soft actory thing of like, how much more of that part of the character do you want to explore? But I think that's why the system works really well with people who are performers and actors and creative types.
Yeah.
I feel like I owe Haki another debt of service after he saved me from that fish.
Yeah.
So now it's
Do not require.
Okay, so from there, we're gonna I think we do have time to go into the leveling process. Each week, I'm not planning on going into the granular like rules and stuff, but for people who are interested in maybe learning how the system works, I think it would be kind of cool to talk about it just a very little bit. I don't want this to be like the main focus of the show, but saving throw was started as
doing math now.
The good news is there's very little math in the system. Thank God.
There's almost no.
Yeah, saving throw. I mean, saving throw, is for teaching people how to play RPGs, so we should do that a little bit at least.
Cool.
So when you fail in Dungeon World, you get to mark XP, and when you have a number of XP equal to your level plus 7, right? Then you get to level up. And there's actually a special move called level up, and it'll be in your sheets. It'll be the second sheet if you kept them in order of the moves.
Sweet.
And yeah, so you get to level up. The thing that I really like about Dungeon World is characters are very customizable. You can pick from a list of several abilities every single time you level. You get to pick from at least a couple of different choices. And then that continues as you level and level and level. But the math doesn't get too crazy or complex. You're not constantly adding numbers to your rolls. Your rolls are pretty much always going to have more or less the same modifiers to them. You might have slight changes in your abilities, but nothing too crazy. Your hit points stay the same.
Unless you change your con.
Unless you change your con, so you can get a little boost to your hit points, but not much.
So you're not like, okay, I rolled a 15, let's see, plus 6, plus another 3 for proficiency, plus on top of that, my
Yeah, D&D 5th edition did a lot to make the math of the system easier, but there's still a lot of math in D&D.
I feel like whenever I play, whenever I'm rolling my character, I'm missing, my character should be more powerful or less powerful. Something is going wrong in this math that I'm
Yeah, you're trying to figure out what part of the formula you missed.
I just want an Excel spreadsheet for D&D where I put in the info and it just
Fourth
spits
edition.
it out. to
That's why I
me.
like 4th edition, because they had an app, like
an
a
online
program.
character builder.
Yeah, so I just built it through that.
Yeah,
Great,
and it did all the math for you and just spit it out at the end,
Yeah.
which was a requirement of the system as well, because you could not play 4th Ed without that character builder. It was way too complex. I loved 4th Ed, but it was also like a nightmare for everyone else.
I think we're the only people on the planet who like 4th Ed.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Okay,
You know what
so
I
if
get
you
for my
people-
first advance?
So this is the first time that
Yes.
half of a gaming table, including gaming tables that played 4th edition, liked 4th edition. So yeah, it was an onerous system, but it could be fun. So I'm going to move into wrapping up.
Sure.
I want to thank those who tuned in today. We're going to be here next Saturday at the exact same time. We've got a hard out at 4 o'clock, but it's 3:30, and we're gonna start moseying along. So yeah, we'll go for 3.5 hours every week. Anytime people can join us, I would really appreciate it if you would join us. We're active on social media, so please make sure to follow Saving Throw on Facebook as well as on Twitter. Definitely hit us up on LinkedIn. Saving Throw's LinkedIn is very active.
Yeah.
We're doing a lot of hiring right now. Actually, we are expanding, but we're not
How's
actually
your,
hiring on
How's your
LinkedIn.
MySpace doing these days?
Our MySpace is
How's Tom?
among the strongest.
Who's in your top 10?
Tom is
everyone's top
always
10,
going to be
man.
there. I have a real soft spot in my heart for Tom. Tom really put himself out there, and that's the number one thing you got to do when you're trying to succeed in life is just put yourself out there. And Tom did that. And MySpace was, and I think because of that, we saw MySpace succeed in the long term.
Zuckerberg did the same thing though, right? When you joined Facebook, wasn't he your first friend?
Was
No.
he? I
Oh.
don't
I
know.
don't think so.
Oh, for some reason I
No,
thought
for
that
the
was
longest
another
time
thing.
you needed to be in college.
Yeah,
which-
you had to
Yeah.
have like an
Like I was in
EDU.
college,
I was in
but
college
we
when I
didn't
got
have
it,
we didn't
yeah.
have emails, so I couldn't join
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah, you had to have a college email.
burn,
Yeah,
suckers.
it was very high class.
Gotta have that .edu.
So yeah, make sure you follow Saving Throw on Twitter and Facebook. You can attempt to follow me on Twitter, and we'll see how it goes.
You're on Twitter?
Yeah, I am on Twitter, but I have a private account, so like I kind of vet people because I don't.
Really?
Well,
what? How much?
I mean,
Who was
but
in a position to do that?
On Twitter, it's fine.
Well, vetting who follows you?
well, the thing is that it's just
I don't want
Twitter
your
That's
can
the
be,
first thing I've ever heard of anybody being like, I don't want too many followers on Twitter.
It's just the internet can be toxic at times,
Yeah.
and sometimes I have gotten into. I have gotten some followers sometimes that are like into social movements that I'm not super into, like
Sure. Trump's-
whether
Trump
it be
supporters.
like Trump or Gamergate,
was
stuff
gonna
like
say
that.
Gamergate.
Yeah, Gamergate is
Guys,
the number
he's gonna
one
make
where
America
I
great
try
again.
not to get too involved
Gamergate is?
in any of
It's
that.
really
It
about
can get
ethics
it
and
can
game
get
development.
difficult.
I wanna
So
get
anyway,
involved.
if you're cool and you're into the same stuff that I'm into, which is liberal politics and gaming, then follow me on Twitter and we'll be
Also,
cool.
Gaming for all genders, you guys.
Also,
Yeah,
Colorado.
Sure, high
Anything
horse.
to do with Colorado.
That's actually really that's spot on. That's honestly, I think my brand is Colorado Gaming and
Beard oil.
Yeah, and
Feeling-
actually
way,
whiskey.
That moment,
You know,
Yeah.
by the way, I use that. Every
like
single
that,
day.
right? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
great
what it
shit.
does, but I
Beard oil
use it
makes
every day.
Makes your beard
Very
soft.
nice.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I want to plug. I don't want to plug anything for myself. I would just like to plug the concept of beard
beard
oil.
oil.
Not even a brand. Actually, no.
Can I plug a brand?
Yeah, please do.
Bath Sabbath. Look them
Okay.
on Etsy. Best beard oil you can buy.
Sabbath, please give us
I'll
money.
check that out. I actually like the Woodsman. It's the smell of these beard oils is amazing.
Yeah.
They're on Amazon. It's like $15 or $20, but it lasts you like 4 or 5 months, so it's not that expensive when you figure
that
you're only
bottle you
buying it
gave me is-
twice a
it's
year.
like-
Get on a
Great.
beard oil. Squarespace. They do all the podcasts.
It's
Beard
true.
oil. You can do some Twitch streams.
For all of the beard oil enthusiasts that are watching right now,
Listen,
Also, for the ladies out
Contact
there,
me.
it's still good for
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to say, a lot of people who play D&D do have
That's a
beards.
very
I
good
mean,
point.
I've seen so many comedy shows sponsored by Fleshlight. I mean, why is
Oh.
beard oil not sponsoring this stuff?
Okay, so where can people find you online and anything you want to plug, Steven?
I can be found on Twitter at StephenJPope22. My website is StephenPopeWrites.com. Please hire me. And my Tumblr is thesmileyogre.tumblr.com.
Nice.
Great.
You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Duncor, Duncor, or Mostly Shit on Instagram.
Mostly shit.
So
Yeah.
funny.
Or you can just my podcast website at justcoolenough.com.
All of my social media is pretty much the same at Acts for Food, ACTS, the number 4, the word food.
I love it.
So you can find my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, etc. You can also find my photography page, photo-baker on Facebook. I think that's pretty much it.
Cool.
You can find me on Instagram at Who Wants Crandy. It's Crandy.
Yeah. Who wants Crandy?
Who Wants Crandy? And watch BoJack Horseman. I work on that television show. And if you live in Los Angeles, come see my my improv team, Power Up. We play at the West Side Comedy Theater the 4th Friday of every month. So come check us out.
Nice.
I am on Twitter and Instagram as at Alyssa Appleton, AlyssAppleton, or on my website, alyssappleton.com.
Is that
I write a
spelled the
lot of
same way?
stuff. Yeah.
It's spelled differently.
Spelled differently. Be careful. Write it down if anyone's listening. But yeah, I write a lot of stuff. I'm working on a musical web series right now about a group of live-action role-playing D&D people. So
That sounds fucking.
Keep an eye on
I don't think this
Internet
audience is
fodder.
gonna- yeah.
So I don't think anyone's going to be into that, but thought I'd throw it out there.
There'll be people.
Oh yeah, my improv group, the show that shall not be named, is a Harry Potter themed improv troupe. Check us out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen you, but I've seen the times that I've seen your group. You haven't been in it, but it's good. Maybe it'll be better when you're there.
Nah.
Is it better without him? I could see that. Yeah, Justin can be pretty insufferable. All right, so when we pick up next week, remember that you have inspiration from PandaNin777. Write that down because I don't want that donation to go to waste.
Yep, I've got
Because
it.
we really do appreciate the donation. And next week I'm going to make a real strong push to start getting our money in because we've got a big goal for the month. We're going to raise $1,000 for the stream, and at the end of the month, we're going to have a over 24-hour gaming stream. Well, we're going to be playing tabletop games for well over 24 hours. I will be here in a slightly modified slot. I'll be here a little earlier than normal. If you guys can make it, that'll be great. Otherwise, I'll find actors to replace you. It'll be a whole scab situation, and then you'll pick up the following week.
Awesome.
But either way, I'm really
I'm gonna
excited
have
for
to
the
check the
24-hour
Yenin.
stream at the end of the week.
Do we have to play for 24 hours?
All of us will play for 24 hours straight. It's only us.
Just
It's gonna be
Can I get a
amazing.
slightly different?
I mean, last year,
I'll bring the cocaine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, last year I did ours for I think 18 hours.
Damn,
that's great. That's
so
awesome.
yeah, I mean it was a lot of fun and it will be fun. And please go to our Patreon. Actually, that's much more important than our Facebook and our Twitter. Go to Saving Throw's Patreon and give us money. I donate money to Saving Throw on Patreon because I like being able to have access to Amy Vorpal's songs. She does really good songs, and I get to have access to those songs because of that. And she's musically talented, so why not do that?
And she's in chat right now.
Oh, is it?
What?
Yo, Vorpal!
No!
Purple
Damn
sword!
it! I was not. Oh God, that makes me seem like so nice.
He takes it back.
Yeah, you suck, Amy. Oh, by the way, actually, I've been meaning to. I keep forgetting because I'm the type of person who does. I don't like Facebook birthday shit. I don't like social media shit. But I literally have not seen Amy since her birthday. So if Amy's in the chat, happy birthday, Amy. I'm sorry I haven't
happy
physically seen you to say happy
Got
birthday
super
since
mushy
that
and
happened. So.
sweet.
All
He
right.
tries to play himself off as like this killer GM that doesn't like his players, but we know.
Deep down inside, he uses beard oil. So.
Yeah.
I use that
Deep down
outside. I
outside.
use it inside and outside. It's the miracle drug. Yeah.
Drink it for the beer.
Yeah, I put it all
Oh,
over.
no. You're not supposed to drink it.
Yeah, I put it
You
all
put
over
it
and then I
on.
just drink it.
Oh wait, have I been doing it wrong?
Oh,
It's like
guys.
you. It's no. It's
Wait,
exactly
it's not a
like.
It
suppository?
doesn't. It tastes pretty good.
It's like olive oil. You just use it on all your eggs and stuff, and then your
It's
eggs
like
taste
coconut
like
oil.
pine.
I swish with it. I put the beard oil in and then I swish it around on my teeth.
Yo,
Oil pulling.
Yeah, oil pulling. Beard
Which
oil.
is possibly the most Los Angeles thing you can do.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Buy beard oil.
Thank you.